Briefly, as usual, mo kí gbogbo wa. Má bínú pé a pẹ́ dé láàárọ̀ yìí. As usual, ọmọ àlè Fúlàní ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nìí, but the world media will be talking about it. The Yoruba world media will be on later. I think about 2 o'clock. Giving us all the breakdown. I say a very good morning once again. As we continue our quest for Yoruba Nation, Moki Bogwale and Konse, I say a very good morning and welcome. As we say all the time, Yoruba Nation, we should not waste our time for any other election in the contraction known as Nigeria. Moki Bogwale Yoruba Nile. As I say all the time, we all have a role to play. Role to be my play, my yato. Say role to my play. The most important thing is we should continue. Muriembe, Ayomekun. I'm gonna set up and then come back, but my feeling like when the video come. But let's play our anthem and then I'm gonna go straight. Eronti Iyawa Tiwa kidnapped in 2008. I'm gonna go upstairs. I might stay for about maybe 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna come back downstairs and we'll run the program. So I'm gonna leave you with that audio in just about a few minutes after the anthem is played. Moki Bugwale and Konse Bugwanika Jade si New York Leni, New York, where Buhari were expected to speak, dead or alive, it doesn't make any difference. Sometime around 2 p.m. But the Yoruba world media will be coming up later on, I think about 2 o'clock, to give us a little bit more information on that. But for now, we just continue with our campaign. Forile ibiwa kagbega 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 faleri ìgbàgbọ́ bati bẹ̀rù ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ìṣọ̀kan ní ká jẹ́ tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dáa ọmọ Oòduà bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀ ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀ àwa ni once again a very good morning. Yeah, close it. Yeah. Sorokia mo ti wà lórí program. Listen. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So kilo meet me say. Okay, all right. Now she can start from the Okay, Mugwala and Concept, very good morning. So I'm going to leave us with this video, and then I'm going to come back in just about 3 minutes. The minute that my glasses will look in. Once again, as we continue to educate our people back home, where election conning what we need at this time in the history of Nigeria. Nigeria is not going to work regardless of whether you are thinking that Tinubu will come and fix Nigeria, or whether you think Atiku will fix Nigeria, or Peter Obi, or Kwankwaso, or Showore. It does not matter. None of them can actually fix, that contraction called Nigeria. So let us not waste too much of our energy and time trying to fix Nigeria. Nigeria is already a crime scene, and we need to allow Nigeria to go so that we can have a better opportunity. Hello, Yara. Yeah. More live program. Every package, Eleni. Yeah. All right then. Okay. All right. So, and then at the end of the day, when we speak to our people back home, is because we want you to understand. Number one, we are not asking for Yoruba Nation because of anything. It is our right. Sherry, are very, very important. We come around ní gbogbo ìgbà. Kò sí bá ṣe lè sọ tó lè bí àgbáyé nínú, because ẹ̀tọ́ wa là ń fight fún. And ẹ̀tọ́ bá dẹ̀ ń fight fún ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀. Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan náà ló máa jáde nínú ẹ̀. Even the world already agree that Yoruba and Biafra and the Hausa, everybody was a mistake that the British did in 1914. But the problem is our politicians, especially our Yoruba politicians, they agree on that concept. And nibitatini clash pẹ̀lú wọn nìyẹn. As much as táwa ṣe ń sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ kí Yorùbá kó dá dúró, ẹ jẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ Igbo dá dúró, ẹ jẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ Hausa dá dúró, wọ́n ní no, wọ́n ní ká keep Nigeria, but wọ́n fẹ́ keep Nigeria fún tani wọ́n keep Nigeria fún. So we're going to also be explaining that again today, this morning. When I went out, and you see that the atmosphere of where àwọn èèyàn lọ sí school is out there. People are already on their way to school, but nílẹ̀ Yorùbá nísìn, àwọn ọmọ wa ń jí lójoojúmọ́, wọ́n láǹfààní àti lọ sí iléèwé. Ṣé kò ń ṣe right wọn ni? Ẹ ṣáà kúkú rí ọmọ Buhari lánàá tó graduate the UK. And when we tell you, a lot of you say we should keep quiet. But one thing is, we are not going to keep quiet, because our right is exactly what we are demanding, and we are not begging anybody for it. We can speak. Aliba wọn ìlú sọ̀rọ̀. Aliba, our countries, diplomats, organization. But ẹ máa lọ sọ fún wọn pé country kan fẹ́ jáde kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà tó ń pè ní Yorùbá Kingdom, tó ń pè ní Yorùbá Nation, tó ti ń bẹ. And ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ní business nílé pẹ̀lú wọn, ẹ jẹ́ kó tètè máa wà aware pé Nàìjíríà gbọ́dọ̀ pín. Because a lot of you also are doing businesses, one way or the other with some countries. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá fẹ́ jáde does not mean that we will not want them to continue working with us. Bí a bá declare Yorùbá nation kò mí pé company tó ń operate nílẹ̀ Yorùbá a máa ní kó máa lọ no wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí listen sí òfin tí a fẹ́ gbé jáde. Some of you will say báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn politicians wa àwọn politicians wa kọ́ ló máa decide fún wa níbi tọ́rọ̀ dé nísìn mo bọ̀ mo fẹ́ lọ mú glasses mi àwọn politicians kọ́ ló máa decide fún wa àwa la máa make a decision. The decision is no longer in the hands of the politicians. Politicians ò kọ́ ló máa sọ fún wa pé kí ọmọ Yorùbá kó wá tún wá lọ dìbò 2023 wọ́n lè sọ pé káwọn èèyàn lọ dìbò but àwa ń sọ fún wọn pé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn ò ní dìbò ọ̀rọ̀ ìbò kan ló kàn nísìn in tó kàn nísìn ni pé the amalgamation ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n amalgamate Nàìjíríà ni a gbọ́dọ̀ di amalgamate Nàìjíríà láti padà síbi tó rísun wá wà ọba fẹ́ kókọ̀ baálẹ̀ fẹ́ anybody tó ò bá fẹ́ àwa máa sọ fún wọn pé sẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ wa ní and we are going to fight it to the last man standing whether they like it or not. And we are going to fight it to the last man standing. Ẹ bá bínú ẹ̀ tẹ́wọ̀ lórí Koikimedia. I'm not sure why my image is not showing. Let me try and work on that. Once again, a very good morning. As we say all the time, Yoruba Nation is not a political party. So ẹ jẹ́ kó máa yé àwọn tí understand. Kò ń ṣe pé à ń bínú sáwọn tó náà ń ṣe politics. But in terms of níbi tọ́rọ̀ dé nísìn, ọ̀rọ̀ politics kan ló wà nílẹ̀ nísìn. In tó wà nílẹ̀ ni pé kólúkálukú kó dá dúró. Mo kí ẹ ń bẹ̀ mass burial. Welcome on the board. Kí olúkálukú kó dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìran ẹ ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀ kó tó di pé àwọn òyìnbó amúnisìn. Ẹ má bínú, the mixer will be on because I didn't realize that it was not on. Ṣọ́ra àwọn kan ibi tó ti máa ń láǹfààní àti gbọ́ nìyẹn wọ́n save data lórí ẹ̀. And one thing tí mo fẹ́ ká máa tẹnu mọ́ ní gbogbo gbà ni pé ẹ̀tọ́ wa là ń jà fún. Kò ṣe eléyìí ò ṣe pé àwa fẹ́ ṣe kú a fẹ́ gba ìjọba lọ́wọ́ government of the day a gba ìjọba lọ́wọ́ government of the day a fẹ́ declare láti sọ fún gbogbo àgbáyé pé ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá ẹ má máa sọ pé a lè declare 1975 East Timor declare ara wọn kúrò lára ìlú tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀ so pé a lè declare yẹn irọ́ nìyẹn kò sí nǹkan tó ń bọ̀ lókè tílẹ̀ yìí ò ní gbà ẹ lọ sọ fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni tó máa sọ pé ẹ tẹ bá lọ declare ẹ máa gbógun wá ní I don't know about that but àwa máa defend ara wa that's all I'm saying. Wọ́n máa pa gbogbo wa ní tó bá ti pa gbogbo wa kò sí Nàìjíríà mọ́ náà nìyẹn gbogbo àwọn tó pa ní East Timor kò tó 200,000 gbogbo àwọn tó pa láti 1975 títí dìgbà tó fi gbòmìnira is only 102,000 so ẹ má máa fi pé wọ́n máa pa àwọn èèyàn ẹ má máa fi yẹn dẹ́rù bá àwọn èèyàn tí ń kú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ń ṣe kékeré àsìkò yìí a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àgbáyé mọ̀ pé sẹ́ whether they like it or not a máa pè fún mega rally yẹn máa lead sí kankan ó gbọ́dọ̀ wáyé pé kò ní wáyé yẹn rọ́ lẹ́pa tó tá bá ti miss opportunity kólúkálukú ká forget about Yorùbá nation ọba kọ́ ló máa sọ fún wọn ta fẹ́ àwa la máa sọ fún wọn pé nǹkan ta fẹ́ lélẹ̀ ṣe báwọn bá ń gbádùn ẹ lọ sí palace wọn nísìn oúnjẹ pọ̀ níbẹ̀ omi pọ̀ níbẹ̀ iná wà níbẹ̀ ẹ lọ sí gbogbo gbèríko gbogbo lẹ Yorùbá ẹ rí pé àwọn èèyàn lè rí oúnjẹ jẹ wọn ò lè lọ sí school kò sálàáfíà nílẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé àwọn British tó kó wa lẹ́rú wọn ò fún yín ní right gẹ́gẹ́ bí Commonwealth citizen láti wọ̀lú yìí whereas ìlú kan wà wọ́n pè ní East Timor population wọn is 1.3 million wọ́n lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti wọ̀lú yìí láì gba visa láti ìlú wọn wá sí ìlú yìí ta ló wá ń tanra wọn ṣé mi ni mò ń tàn yín ni àbáwọn tó ń tàn yín tó ń sọ fún yín pé ẹ ká lọ máa dìbò 2023 ìyẹn ló máa fún wa lálàáfíà irọ́ ló bá dé it's all lies enough is enough kólúkálukú kó ọmú yẹ ká lè mọ mélòó ni wá ká mọ bá ṣe fẹ́ dì pẹ̀lú ra wa because tó bá fẹ́ dì pẹ̀lú politician kan nísìn á lo federal might láti wá fi gbé ẹ nínú ilé and that's why we are saying that èyí tá a ṣe pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà it is enough ẹ jẹ́ kólúkálukú dá wà ìyẹn ò mí pé a ní bá Hausa ṣe ìyẹn kódà Fúlàní tó bá fẹ́ gbé lọ́dọ̀ wa gan sẹ̀ ó lè fẹ́ gbé but a máa mọrú Fúlàní tó jẹ́ because bí mo ṣe ń gbé nílùú yìí nísìn wọn ò ní tolerate kí terrorist kó máa gbé nínú bíbáyìí kò sí bó ṣe lè gbé ní bíbáyìí terrorist ò lè gbé pẹ̀lú yín because British ò like àwọn tó ń pè ní terrorist because terrorist máa ń create havoc ni so ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé táwọn sọ pé ká lọ padà síbi tí orísun wa wà tẹ́lẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ ní ká kọ́kọ́ lọ jẹ́ kí Tinubu ṣe ká jẹ́ k'Àtíkù ṣe ká jẹ́ kí Peter Obi ṣe then àwa ṣẹ̀ máa gbé yẹ̀wò irọ́ ńlá ni wọ́n ò lè restructure Nàìjíríà ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pariwo restructure Nigeria cannot be restructured àwọn northern náà fẹ́ jẹ́ ká restructure Nigeria ẹ má waste energy yín ẹ má burn energy yín ẹ ti ń burn energy yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ for 30 years lẹ ti ń pariwo pé kó restructure Nigeria irọ́ náà ló bá dé it's all lies ẹ má tún máa tọmọ Yorùbá mọ́ pé tá a bá jẹ́ kí wọ́n lọ rí ṣe ká padà a lè padà sí western region tẹ́nì kankan bá ń sọ pé a máa padà sí western region it's all lies àwọn Fúlàní ò ní jẹ́ kẹ́ padà sí western region ẹ má waste time yín lórí yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká gba self determination ká claim sovereignty wa ká padà síbi táwa gangan ìyẹn ò mẹ́pàá ní ṣe politics àádé ẹgbẹ́ oríṣiríṣi sílẹ̀ àní constitution tó serve fún àtẹni tó lówó àtẹni tó lówó àti mẹ̀kúnnù àníwá àtẹni tó ní àtẹni tó lè jẹ àá lè mọ́ra wa. And this is why we are saying that Nigeria cannot be restructured. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn influencer tó wà lórí social media àtàwọn kan nínú àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ̀sí ń sọ̀rọ̀ western region ẹ kàn waste time ọmọ Yorùbá ni irọ́ ló bá dé kò lè work it's all lies. Ẹ yé parọ́ fọmọ Yorùbá mọ́ ẹ ti gbìyànjú I like yín I respect yín but ẹ bá ṣì ń pariwo pé ó máa padà sí western region bí wọ́n ṣe fún wa ní independent in 1960 which was a fake independence in the first place because British government wọn ò jẹ́ kí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ wọlé ní 1959 wọ́n rig election yẹn ni election tó kọ́kọ́ máa ṣe ní Nàìjíríà was rigged by the British government Queen ti kú nísìn a gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ kí ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ gan nísìn so tẹ́ bá sì sọ pé wọ́n máa fún wa ní western region ó dẹ́ ká máa fi yẹn fi pàtàn but a lè padà sí western region bá ṣe wà báyìí nísìn ayé ti lajú gan ju pé ká tún máa sọ pé a fẹ́ padà sí western region gbogbo ẹni tó bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé ká padà sí western region bá ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ kàn ń tán ọmọ Yorùbá ni ẹ kàn waste time wa ni irọ́ lẹ̀ ń pa western region ò lè come back nísìn because ayé ti move forward ju bí ti tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ ẹ jẹ́ ká gba the full sovereign nation ẹ jẹ́ ká gba power wa padà ká control security wa ìlú tó ò bá ti control security ẹ̀ abẹ́ ẹrú lẹ máa kú sí ìlú tí kò bá ti fún yín láyè pé kí wọ́n ló máa control security ẹ̀ lánàá kí n tó sùn ó tó 1 o'clock lóru mo wá ń wo American president ìyẹn mọ́tòkéde ṣé mọ̀ pé òun nìkan ni wọ́n fún láyè tó gbé mọ́tòkéde wá sí UK bó dẹ̀ ṣe ń gbé káàkiri nìyẹn àwọn air force wọn ló máa kọ́kọ́ land pẹ̀lú àwọn mọ́tòkéde yẹn ó ṣó pé wọ́n sọ fún wa pé àwọn làwọn ní security president àwọn mo ní wọn kì í fi president wọn ṣeré mo ń sọ fún ìyàwó mi lánàá mo ní àwọn kì í fi president wọn ṣeré ìlú tó ò bá ti ní security òkè ká lọ ṣe western region kólúkálukú di region ẹ̀ mú ká tí wá ní center kan kí Fúlàní tí wọ́n máa take control látòkè ọ̀rọ̀ kan nìyẹn náà ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tẹ́ ń sọ yẹn ẹ kàn fẹ́ waste time wa ni ṣé rí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá sì ń sọ western region wọ́n fẹ́ fà wá sórí ìrìn ni wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kí Tinubu kọ́kọ́ lọ ṣe ná ìtàn táì láti ṣe nìyẹn kò ṣe pé àsọpá hate Tinubu problem tiẹ̀ nìyẹn but Tinubu tó bá ṣe tán after 8 years kí ló máa wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ ṣe máa ronú ẹ̀yàn ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ ṣe máa ronú kẹ́ ronú jinlẹ̀ dáadáa because tẹ bá ń pariwo pé Yorùbá ní kó lọ ṣe then after 8 years ṣe fi pé tí Tinubu bá débẹ̀ ó lè change ẹ̀ padà sí western region ni kò ní agbára yẹn agbára tó wà ní Nàìjíríà nísìn ó wà nínú Senate Dr. Aliyu ti ṣàlàyé ibẹ̀ ni population wà jù àwọn ló ń control Senate kò sí nǹkan tí Fẹ́mi Gbàjà àwọn yẹn kò fi wà relevant ni it's all lies irọ́ ló ń pa fún yín kò lè work gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá sì ń sọ pé yẹn ká jẹ́ ká padà sí bí a ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀ wo ò ní jẹ́ kẹ́ padà sí bí ẹ ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká move further ẹ jẹ́ ká move away from that nonsense gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò lè work ẹni pé kí Tinubu lọ ṣe kọ́lọ̀ fún lálàáfíà tí kọ̀ọ̀kan bá wà lọ ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin méjì kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ pé ṣé ìtìmọ̀ ló máa di president ni ṣé làákàyè yóò sọ síbẹ̀ ni à ń sọ pé Buhari ti kú even though pé àwọn kan ò ní evidence ẹ̀ àwọn kan ló ti kú àwọn ṣé tó bá yẹ pé Buhari ti kú gangan ni ṣé kò ṣe pé Ọ̀ṣínbàjò kọ́ lẹ́yìn kó jẹ president àárín yẹn a fi sílẹ̀ fọlọ́run lọ́wọ́ Buhari wà láyé ni o ó ti kú ni o àṣírí tẹ kó sínú pangba tẹ tọ́jú pamọ́ tó bá yá Ọlọ́run á fi wọ̀n wá ẹ̀yin má waste time ara yín ẹ má jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ máa burn energy pé ìyẹn lèmi ti máa sọ pé dead or alive because ó wà láyé gan àmọ́ kí ni ìwúlò ẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé tòótọ́ ni pé Buhari ti kú right that means pé Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ló yẹ kó di president according to the fake constitution à ń gbàdúrà pé kọ́lọ́n jẹ́ kí Tinubu kọ́lọ́n fún lẹ́mìí gúngún àtàláfíà o àmọ́ tí nǹkan kan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin méjì kí lẹ́rìí kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ agbára tún padà sí nọ́ọ̀tì nìyẹn ṣé làákàyè yóò sọ fún yín ni ẹ má tàn ọmọ Yorùbá mọ́ náà àti ayé ti lajú tẹ́lẹ̀ lẹ́lẹ̀ máa fi omi ọbẹ̀ kó wa búrẹ́dì kó wa lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ bọ̀ níbi táyé dùn dé nísìn ẹ má tún sọ fún ọmọ Yorùbá kankan mọ́ pé ṣẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ rí nítorí ṣe ni pé analysis ti pọ̀jù lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Western region bí Western region ṣe rí tẹ́lẹ̀ lélẹ̀ a fẹ́ mọ̀ bí Western region ṣe rí mọ́ a fẹ́ mọ̀ bí ayé ṣe rí nísìn àwọn ò sí láyé sí nígbà Western region ìgbà Western region kò sí Facebook ìgbà Western region kò sí Twitter ìgbà Western region kò sí social media gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ sì sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Western region gbígbà tẹ́ kàn fà wá padà sẹ́yìn ni à ń sọ̀rọ̀ self determination ń sọ̀rọ̀ Western region ṣé ẹ fi pé Nàìjíríà lè restructure ni kí ẹ ṣe parọ́ fúnra wa báyìí why are we lying against ourselves knowing fully well pé wọn ò lè restructure Nàìjíríà so kí lè wá ṣe kúkú jọ káwọ́ papọ̀ kájọ declare Yorùbá nation once and for all ṣé Fúlàní fẹ́ pa gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ni kí ló ń bà yín lẹ́rù gan sef kí ló ń bọba lẹ́rù kí ló ń bà yín politician gan kí ló ń bà yín lẹ́rù tó bá ń ṣe pé olè oníjẹkújẹ ni gbogbo yín olè oníjẹkújẹ ni gbogbo yín àwọn ọmọ wà nílé nísìn for the last 8 months wọ́n lọ sí school àyà yín ò dé já ẹ̀rù ò dé bà yín nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ wọ́n máa fi Western region ẹ fi fẹ́ máa fi kó wa lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ ẹ wọ́n wá jókòó ẹ máa ṣe meeting ẹ máa ṣe Zoom ẹ máa ṣe conference tẹ́ ti ń ṣe láti 1960 ibi tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ conference UK ni mo ti mú yín débẹ̀ wọ́n pè ní Lancaster House fraud náà ní gbogbo ẹ̀ ó lè ní 1957 1958 ni wọ́n ṣe ìpàdé ní UK níbí ìbàdí níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn àwọn Nnamdi Azikiwe àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ àtàwọn Amadu Abubakar àṣẹ British mọ̀ tó ń ṣe lẹ́yìn wọ́n tún bá Hausa ṣe business wọ́n sọ fún Hausa pé ẹ̀yin má wọrí o a máa fún yín ní independent but ẹ̀yin lẹ máa gba power. So if anybody is still talking about election, you are as dumb, as stupid, as idiotic. Because any Nigerians don't say we should go for election. What they are saying is they want to renew the contract of the British government again in Nigeria. But when we saw a very new contract the British government in terrorists, we are fighting for self-determination. It's our right. So if anybody is still burning your energy, then say pé cannot dìbò. Kí lẹ mean by that? Do you know that the first election was rigged? The first election was rigged by the British government. I don't think you understand the magnitude of what we are saying. Ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ ìkò ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ èmi, à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìran wa, à ń sọ̀rọ̀ identity wa. Ìlú tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti ní security ara yín, wàá máa sáré kiri gbogbo àgbáyé ni ẹ lè lálàáfíà. Ìyẹn ni gbogbo wa ṣe ń travel, ìyẹn la ṣe ń wá greener pasture, ìyẹn anybody tó bá sọ fún ẹ pé bàbá ẹ̀gbọ́n kan pè mí lánàá Nàìjíríà tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá já lọ kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run ó náà ti ń follow Yorùbá nation UK lọ́wọ́ mo ní go into too much details but lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí nígbà tí ó dé ó lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ doctor wọ́n wá ṣe test fún wọ́n wá realize pé ó ní kidney problem àwọn èèyàn wá kàn kú nílé bíi pẹ̀rẹ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀ ó ní bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fún fóònù léwọ̀n kiri nìyẹn ó ní bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fi fóònù bó ṣe fi wọ́n á wọ́n dàpá kí ló dé tó le tó yìí wọ́n ní tó wà lára ẹ̀ agbọ́dọ̀ bẹ tọ́jú ẹ̀ kò tí ì níwèé ìlú yìí o ẹgbọ́n tí mò ń sọ dáadáa àìmọye èèyàn nísìn tó ní kidney is not a ṣẹ́rí disease anybody can be sick at any time gbàdúrà kéèyàn kankan sick anybody can be sick natural ni lẹ́yìn kan body mi á shut down but àwọn ìlú gbọ́dọ̀ tọ́jú body yẹn kí ó padà kí energy body yẹn padà and bí wọ́n ṣe gbà síbí báyìí nìyẹn o bó ṣe sọ fún pé ó ní wọ́n ti ń fóun ní treatment ó ń gba dialysis lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta nílùú yìí ó ní tó bá yẹ pé Nàìjíríà lòun wà ní òun á ti kú dànù ìmú wa sọ fún pé tó bá kú nísìn ẹ̀yìn wa máa sọ pé ìyáálé ẹ̀ ló pa ẹ̀yìn sọ pé àjẹ́ kan ló pa ṣé rí gbogbo nọ́nsẹ̀nsì yẹn gan sẹ̀ wọ́n ti bí ìwà kọ́kọ́ wọ́n ti fi da brain wa rú ni every little thing a máa pin ẹ̀ mọ́ kankan every little thing a máa pin ẹ̀ mọ́ kankan sometimes it is just natural but because a ti wá láti location kan débi pé tí nǹkan bá ṣe mí nísìn ṣé kò ń ṣe pé torí Yorùbá nation tó ń ṣe ṣé kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n ń sàṣẹ ẹ ṣé kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n ràn kankan sí ẹ it is just this something that is on our brain ó ní láti ìgbà tóun ti dé bíbà ó ní bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí tọ́jú ó ní wọ́n tẹ̀ wò pé wọn ò níwèé ẹ gbọ́rọ̀ tí mò ń sọ yìí ó ní wọ́n tẹ̀ wò ẹ mẹ́ta ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ̀ nípa dialysis ẹ máa calculate irú owó tó yẹ kó ti máa ná tó bá jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà ló wà ṣe bí yẹn làwọn èèyàn ṣe ń wá sórí social media lẹ́ẹ̀márí Kokun Foundation is doing very well. I don't criticize him, but we cannot continue in that direction. Oriyomi Hamzat is doing very well, but a lè máa continue in that direction. Government láti take care aráàlú ni, but government ò lè take care aráàlú because a ṣì wà lábẹ́ ìlú tó ń ṣe tiwa tí kò respect tiwa. Because tí Nàìjíríà bá respect ọmọ Yorùbá ni based on gbogbo analysis tí Dr. Aliyu ti ṣe pẹ̀lú gbogbo owó tó ń bọ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà kò jẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá kankan máa jìyà nínú ilé kò jẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá kankan máa jìyà but today now everybody is just suffering. So ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wá dàbí ṣé tẹ́lẹ̀ àtẹ̀mọ́ sọ pé ilẹ̀ aṣálẹ̀ ó wá ti wá worst than anything else. Mo bá yàn kan sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní 4 months làwọn lò nílé 4 months and I just wonder ṣe wá ní tó máa ṣe ni pé tẹ́ bá lọ sórí TVC nísìn àwọn journalists kan tó máa ní àwọn kan ṣe Babájídé kan ṣe journalist anger to I'm sure you see them on channels. All they are doing is they just keep talking. Nigeria economy is good. Morifemi Adesina no sorry Akinwumi Adesina pẹ̀lú Bill Clinton àti Ngozi Ewela àbí kí ló ń jẹ́. That's all you will be seeing. You just see them, they'll be talking together. Hey, okay, so and they know that the problem is not about economy of Nigeria. No, our problem is our identity that has been shielded inside what we call the contraction called Nigeria. And when we're okay, I want to go to America and say, I take a picture. Hey, Bill Clinton. Hey, okay, so what are we going to do? Oh yeah, we are working on the economy of Nigeria. We want to make sure we bring it back. We want to elevate the people out of poverty. Sori what wo mi tó bá follow gbogbo sori tẹ́lẹ̀ èmi náà bí èmi náà ṣe máa ronú nìyẹn even though pé èmi ò pẹ́ sí Nigeria. I left Nigeria in 1998 but kí n tó kúrò Nigeria at least mo rí díẹ̀ phase 2 Adéníjà Délé ni mo gbé mo rí díẹ̀ at least mo ṣàrí environment mi nígbà tí mo dé mo rí pé okay so bẹ́ẹ̀ and you start looking at different things. All they have been doing in Nigeria for 60, from 1999 is all about talking, and the money is coming somewhere, and the money is not going to where it's meant to go, and you think we are one. We are not one. We are not one. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Even every stupid, dumb person in Nigeria knows that we are not one. But everyone faith is sentiment, you see, in Yoruba. Hey, Koiki, shut up! Why can't you sit down in London and be telling us, how Nigeria should work? Let me say something. Pepere Oshima fought after the death of the Queen. Pepere, kò Nigeria economy problem wa. Scotland will still fight their way out. Scotland must a referendum next year. I don't see this country holding together in another 10, 20 years. It will break up. And if Scotland is still pushing to break away from Great Britain, some of you are stupid talking about keeping one Nigeria. You are as stupid as idiot. Scotland is trying to break away from the Union. And you are now talking about one Nigeria. A country that has done so much havoc in that contraction you call Nigeria. And I pity a lot of you. Lecturers, senior advocate of shit-o Nigeria. You are all telling lies to Nigerians. And I can't understand why you go to bed knowing fully well that at this stage, all we should be asking for is the breakup of Nigeria. It doesn't have to break in bloodshed. We can literally say, okay, Hausa man has a business in a Yoruba land. Okay, you will just have to follow a new system. That's all. Because as it is right now, it is not viable for anybody. It is not working for anybody. Everybody knows that. But we are living in denial. Every single one of you that are still trying to claim that you are a Nigerian, you are living in denial. Go and look at, Peter Obi. I just wonder, when Eledumare created the Yoruba land, Did they create us with the Igbo people? They didn't create us with the Igbo people. They didn't create me with the Hausa people. It is the British that brought us together. And I can tell you that we will not allow the Yoruba to go into election in Yoruba land. It doesn't matter how much you love Peter Obi. Because when Eledumare created that territory for us, he did not call us Nigerians. He did not call it Nigeria. He called it a kingdom. Imagine, look at some of you stupid idiots. You are talking about the British Empire. But the British went to our own kingdom and destroyed every kingdom that is there. They destroyed Ijebu-Ode kingdom. They destroyed every kingdom. Benin kingdom was destroyed. Oyo Empire was destroyed by the Western world. And you are now saying that we should still now keep a system that they have managed to keep their own. Monwo Arilano. I went back again and I watched, that's the only thing you'll be seeing on YouTube more. This funeral. Hardly did I see any symbol of Jesus Christ in some of those buildings that they were having that funeral. I don't think some of you saw that. I didn't see, as much as we are religious people, I sign Jesus Christ in Kong. I hardly saw any sign or symbol of Jesus Christ in all these abbey, minister, and the other church. Statue. I'm saying statue, but that statue does not look like the symbol of Jesus Christ that we normally see in all our own churches. And I'm asking myself, how did we, thank you for the super chat. And I'm asking myself, how did we, I'm not saying that religion is not good, but I'm just trying to figure out, and those of you that says that this country loves us, I say yes, it loves us so much, but does it love those other continents like Africa that they destroy? I live here. I have opportunity. I've been able to go out of my house, done a bit of shopping. I've come back home and I said, okay, do you have the same opportunity? All I saw is just some magnitude building with statue of different people that I don't even recognize. But there's a symbol that we recognize in our own territory, which is the Jesus Christ. And there's nothing wrong in that for those that believe in Christianity. There's nothing wrong in that. But I want to funny this system, and they are now burying their own monarch. And I can hardly see the symbol. I mean, even if the symbol is there, I don't think I saw it glance to my eyes. We are doing praise and worship, and it's very good. But that does not create anything. I've been honest with us. Praise and worship though. If you are still under Nigeria, I think we should understand that Nigeria. Oh, you will now realize how flourish that prayer will work for you. Because anyone need to stress too much. You need to pin be just like that. My younger, I won't say my younger, but that brother that called me yesterday, he said he would have died if he was in Nigeria. He's still here. Koda, as I was speaking to him yesterday, he was, I think, in the hospital and they were doing some check on him. And he has already started at least a process for him to stay here. Only understand it. So some of you that think, I think I need to drink a bit of water. I can see I'm a bit thirsty. Once again, a very good morning and welcome to the program. Enjoy this, I'm coming. Vitamin C, energy. That's our sister Janet. Moki Bubuale can say very good morning, and let us understand that politics. We are just saying that let's reflect back a little bit. Let's ask the question and let's think about it. Nigeria is not going to work regardless of whatever you are thinking. I'm going to open my phone line because I'm going to have to stop before the Star Radio. I'm so busy today. So let's get our line in and take some few calls. Studio line, Koikimedia, please. Àwọn world media máa sọ̀rọ̀ later lẹ́ni èní oṣù ọjọ́ tí a máa fi ṣeré. We should be heading to New York. Hello again. As usual, yeah, I'm live. What happened? Okay. 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 So Balo máa sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn. Of timetable. Okay. Okay, all right. Thanks so much for that. Wani Buhari on sorrow. Just help me quickly announce that. Quickly give us the update. Wani Buhari on sorrow Molini. Biden ma sorrow Leni. So Buhari on sorrow Molini. Go ahead. We can hear you. Let me get that into the program.
All right, live and direct from United Nations 77 General Assembly session in Manhattan, New York. So, because the world leaders attended Queen Elizabeth II burial on Monday at UK in London, so the speaking schedule of the world leaders has been readjusted. So President Joe Biden of United States of America will be speaking today, along with Ukraine President Zelensky. Ukraine President Zelensky will be addressing the entire world to seek for more support concerning the war going on between Ukraine and Russia, to garner more support and sympathy. Okay. The terrorist president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, has been taken off schedule. He will not be speaking today when reasonable, intelligent world leaders are speaking, addressing the United Nations. I am Jide, live and direct from New York.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Media member.
Thank you so much.
However,
thank you.
We don't know yet when he will be rescheduled to speak. Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, we don't know. Okay? Third world African country like Cow Goat Buhari will not be speaking, even though the world is magnanimous enough to give him opportunity to exercise his freedom of speech, to address the international community. This is a freedom of speech right, which terrorist Muhammadu Buhari has refused to give to the indigenous people of Nigeria, including Yoruba people, okay, to have freedom of speech. So he's been knocked out, he's been kicked out to speak at United Nations today, and that's good for him. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Evangelist Jide Emma Binumofeka, more about the self-determination and the right. If you have not followed the Yoruba World Media on our social media, that means you are not literally going to get a lot of update, because that's where you will get as much update. Hello, sorry, YouTube, worker, follow Yoruba World Media. We are now countdown before our letter that was sent to the presidency. will remain a very peaceful movement. And we've been, because as much as, some of my ultraness might look like, I'm bringing a war to Nigeria. Everybody knows that I'm not the one bringing the war, but they just probably want to change some of my conversation. Koiki, heavy and all that. I will say it again and again. We're not going to use one template to get out of Nigeria. But the most important template is we will continue to speak. And that is something that they cannot stop. So, Mumbo, and I'm going to read that quickly. So that to understand that you should not be scared of anything. Internship, it's our right, and it's under the United Nations. Google UN Resolution 1514. Resolution, type in 1514, and you will get the message there. So thank you so much. That was an update. Buhari, the terrorist government of Federal Republic of Nigeria, that was created. That was created by the British government. We're not fighting the British people. Any problem with the British people. But we are telling their government to help us de-amalgamate what they amalgamate. Once again, a very good morning. Moke lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Evangelist Jidege. Mo máa ní láti mú glasses mi. Mo lè ṣe kí n má wọ̀ mọ́ ní sẹ́yìn, má bínú. Mo kí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akíntóyè, akí gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Mo kí bàbá wa Professor Wálé Adéníran. Mo kí our Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri. I understand there's a lot of people that are concerned about whatever is going on. I believe so much it will get itself, it will resolve. There's always going to be communication problem, especially what we are doing. But I can understand. I don't like talking about it, but sometimes a lot of you want me to touch on the kilo shele láàrin Onitiri and Nativa Baketoye Koiki. All I can say is we should remain focused. We will get there. Thank you so much, Yawa Bimileke, for the super chat. And you also say you're absolutely truthful, Koiki. So I understand. You want to get my view. You want to get my opinion. You know I speak to her. And everybody knows that. And I do speak to her. There's no doubt about that in my mind. I don't speak to her. Even up to yesterday, I spoke to her. I know some of you want me to deliver a message to her and all that. All I can say to every single one of us is, things will get resolved. So many kind of, this, that. There's no doubt. We will have it. And if anybody is expecting a perfect exit in terms of Yoruba Nation to exit, we can't. We can't. And we have to be honest with ourselves. But I think our problem is some of us don't want to understand the reality. I listened to Baba Ketoye, the last video. I posted it on my timeline. I speak to Unity. I spoke to her up to yesterday. I spoke to her up to yesterday. But I think what we just need to understand is we will get there. Definitely, we shouldn't expect that there will not be all these, for me, I look at it as gossip. And all these things say, Emma Bawa Sofan Wonyawa, rallying ball, Emma Bawa Sofan Wonyawa, pé ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni kí Yoruba Nation kó kúrò nínú Nigeria. But I don't want to get involved in, I just believe that it will vaporize. All these issues that people are thinking is a big problem. Hey, blah 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 blah. I don't like disturbing Baba Akintoye, but he will call me if he needs me, and he does. And each time I call, I tell him 2 minutes, Baba, because I'm busy. I always time him 2 minutes, Baba. Time yẹn ti pé gbogbo tá bá fẹ́ sọ ká tètè sọ. So ẹ ká fọkàn wa balẹ̀. Ẹ ká túbọ̀ máa sọ fún Ọlọ́run pé ìrìn àjò yìí kó má dàrú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Pé ìrìn àjò tá gbé dání kó má dàrú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. But I think some of us also, àwa gangan a fẹ́ pop nose, a fẹ́ kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn gangan, a fẹ́ smell. Why do you want to smell? Ó dàbí ṣe ẹ lè mọ gbogbo nǹkan tán. Mo kàn wo gbogbo kúnkún nìyẹn. Ẹ mọ iye secret tó máa wà nínú pé wọ́n sin òkú yẹn tẹ́ ní ever rí tẹ́ ayé máa fi parẹ́ wọ́n ní jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀. But problem táwa ní ni pé because we are close to our leaders, are close to wọn, and that's how we want leaders to be. We want to be close to them, but our gan fi pop nose too much. We want to pop nose too much. And problem táwa ní nìyẹn. We want to pop nose. You know, you know, smell. You know, let's be. Ẹ jẹ́ ká relax a little bit. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa pé rally ń bọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa pé kó jáde ní United Nations. Ẹ jẹ́ ká encourage àwọn èèyàn wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tá bá lè ṣe fún àwọn èèyàn wa. That's all. You want me to come here and be talking about, hey, nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lélẹ́yìí o. Ìbọ̀dẹ̀ èmi ò. Èyí tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ lélẹ́yìí declaration tó kọ ní 1960. Tí ìmọ̀ yẹn dáadáa ẹ ní kí n máa gbọ́rọ̀ Baba Akintoye àti Onitiri. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. If that's what you're expecting, I won't do that. And I just actually have to just paraphrase a little bit around it this morning. I don't want to talk about that. Ẹrù pọ̀ tẹ́mi fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, màá jókòó lórí yẹn. I understand your concern, but Elédùmarè tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ẹlòmíì tún máa tún dìde tó tún lè tún strong tó àwọn méjèèjì lọ ká tún máa sọ pé yes, ó yá. Even those that you probably will not even expect. Ẹ̀mọ̀ye media tó ti jáde tí mo wò ní sí pé tí bá mi ti bá jókòó báyìí tí bá wọn àwọn boys yẹn tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí pé àwọn ilé tún gbóná ju Koiki lọ. Bó ṣe láti rí nìyẹn. Let's talk about the declaration a little bit. I know my time is really pushing and I will let the line open later on again, like I always say. Declaration on the granting of independence to colonial countries and people. This document was what fi òǹtẹ̀ lórí ní 1960, December 14. Just exactly probably some months after because one more with problem ṣì máa wá ṣe ní gbogbo problem tá a rí nísìn àwọn ti rí tẹ́lẹ̀ because àwọn ìlú tẹ́lẹ̀ colonize. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tí Bill Clinton sọ. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tí Bill Clinton sọ. Ó mẹ́nu bà Biafra wọ. Ó ní mo fẹ́ wá ó kọ́ ìpò orí fóònù mi tí mo lè ti fi fóònù yẹn ṣe broadcast nísìn. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tí Bill Clinton sọ. Bill Clinton already said everything that I have been talking about. Ẹ lè hold àwọn ìlú tí wọ́n fẹ́ wà nínú ìlú kan kẹwàá ní kàlàáfíà wà níbẹ̀ kó lè sí, and that's why òǹtẹ̀ wà lórí kìíní. Ilé ilé kan máa focus lé lórí ká mọ̀ lórí off air. Because ilé ló máa fún ìwọ tó ń bẹ̀rù nílé tó ń rò pé Nigerian government. I think some of you need to understand that Nigerian government is currently, Nigeria as it is a sovereign nation in the world. There's no doubt in our mind about that. But what we are saying is, nínú sovereign nation yẹn, nínú ìlú tá à ń pè Nigeria, kò ń ṣe Nigeria because colonization ló sọ ní Nigeria, and ìyẹn ni document ṣe wà valid pé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ dáadáa. Mo ti ṣe translation ní Yorùbá, ẹ lọ wá níbi tí mo fi sí kẹ́ lọ máa kà á. Tẹ́ ẹ bá gbọ́ òyìnbó tí mo sọ, ẹ lọ kà ní Yorùbá tí mo ṣe. Because à ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé Yorùbá máa lọ, ẹ̀yin sọ̀rọ̀ pé Nigerian government máa pa wá. Nigerian government ò lè pa wá because òfin wà tí Nigerian government gbọ́dọ̀ ní sísì. Ẹ fi pé Nigerian government ò ní lísì sọ́fin àgbáyé ni. Ṣé Nàìjíríà wá dágbára ju àgbáyé lọ ni? Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe sùúrù náà. Èyí tẹ̀ ń dẹ́rù bá àwọn èèyàn nílé. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ pé Nigerian government kọ́ máa akọ̀ gbé fighter jet. Àgbò. Ṣé terrorist ni wá ni? We're not terrorists. So let us understand this message properly. And listen again this morning. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ kà yìí. Especially those of you that are giving our people back home and threatening wọn. Ẹ tó bá jáde, wọ́n máa pa. A máa jáde, Ìgbòho ń bọ̀. Ìgbòho is coming back. Koiki ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Igboho is coming back home. Ó ń bọ̀, ó kù díẹ̀. Ó ní kàn ṣoṣù mọ́. Ó ń bọ̀, ó ti dé tán. Pé Igboho ni wá, ó ń bọ̀ ni mo sọ. Lẹ́yìn máa ń rú, gọ́ngọ́ máa sọ. Igboho is coming back. Ẹgbọ́n tí mo sọ, Chief Sunday Igboho is coming back. Mega rally yẹn ó máa dùn fọ́ lórí. Ẹ lọ máa prepare fún. Ta ló sọ pé Igboho ni wá? Igboho ń bọ̀, òòṣà, ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá. And a máa lọ nínú Nàìjíríà by fire, by force. If it's going to be peaceful, it will be peaceful. If it's not going to be peaceful, so be it. I don't care. But one thing is, bí Nigerian government bá gbé ọwọ́ kọ́wọ́, átíkù yìí máa la, ẹlòmíì máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n tó máa, ọlọ́run kí gọ́vnà mi tẹ́lẹ̀ pé wọ́n ló máa kú sí. Ṣé ẹ̀yin ló pa àwọn gọ́vnà yẹn lágbára ni? Ẹ lọ wo àgbáyé, kẹ́ lọ wo àwọn tó ti mú mọ́lẹ̀, tó ń ṣe prison sentence lọ́wọ́ nísìn, tó jẹ́ world leader àgbáyé tẹ́lẹ̀. Tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń pàrọ̀ gọ́vnà yẹn lé. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gọ́vnà kan kó kó ọlọ́pàá jáde àti sójà kó ní kó máa pa àwọn èèyàn. Nínú rally tó peaceful, gọ́vnà yẹn kàrí ẹ̀tọ́. Ṣé òkè ẹ̀yin lè wò nísìn, ẹ wo bó ṣe mú ike kéré madu, ẹ wo bó ṣe mú mọ́lẹ̀ níbí báyìí, páín irú àwa nísìn ló yé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé pé ọmọ ike kéré madu má ti ń pẹ́ ní UK. Ìyàwó ẹ̀kan tó fún ní bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n bí da kó jáde kúrò nínú ìlú yìí. Wọ́n bí da kó jáde because number one wọ́n ti gba passport ọwọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin lè wo ike kéré madu, ẹ wo dindi deputy senator, ó wà nínú prison nísìn. Ó wà nínú prison, wọ́n kàn ní ìná ni. Ó lè máa probability wà pé ó lè máa wo Koikimedia báyìí gan. Ẹ̀yin ló ń jọ lójú, kò jà wá lójú, àwa táwa lábúrò. Ìyẹn láti sọ fún yín pé àwọn téyìn rò pé gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀gẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ṣe gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀gẹ̀. Ṣé bóun lọ gbọ́ Buhari nísìnyí pé kò lè sọ̀rọ̀. Táyé lọ́jọ́ kò jáde Buhari o. Lọ́jọ́ kò sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn èèyàn gíngí fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀. Kò tán yín. Ẹ̀yin ilẹ̀ ń pọ́n wọn lé. Ìyẹn làwa diaspora lẹ̀ ṣe láìkì wa. Ìyẹn lẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́ ká pín Nàìjíríà. Especially ẹ̀yin olè Yorùbá tẹ́ wà láàrin wọn níbẹ̀ because ẹ ti mọ̀ pé tá a bá pín Nàìjíríà everybody máa wà equal and probability wà pé màá ti pàdé MP mi láàárọ̀ yìí nísìn tó máa lọ sí ó lè máa lọ parliament báyìí train lọ́dẹ̀ máa ń wọ̀. Let's read this again. 9/26, 21st of September 2022 in my life if it date and time because mo fẹ́ kí tó bá dọjọ́ ọ̀la táwọn kan bá fídíò ìparí pé àṣìṣe àìtí ṣiṣẹ́ kan lẹ́ o but àtẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo media pátápátá and the Yoruba world media ẹ lọ subscribe sórí YouTube tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ṣe láàárọ̀ yìí. Declaration on the granting of independence to the colonial countries and people adopted tó bá sọ pé nǹkan wọn adopted that means pé wọ́n fi òǹtẹ̀lé lórí 14th of December 1960 by the General Assembly Resolution 1514. The General Assembly, mindful of the determination proclaimed by the people of the world in the Charter of United Nations to reaffirm faith in the fundamental human being and peaceful, friendly relations based on respect for the principles of equal rights and self-determination of all people, and of universal respect for and observance of human rights, human rights, fundamental freedom for all without distinction as to race, sex, language, or religion. We will have a constitution that will guide every single one of us. No. Christianity no. We will be guided by our constitution that recognizing the passionate yearning for freedom in all dependent peoples and decisive role of such peoples in the attainment of their independence, aware of the increasing conflict resulting from the denial of an impediment in a way of the freedom of such people. What he gbé ẹsẹ̀ lé wa lórí afẹ́ yọ ẹsẹ̀ yẹn kúrò òun ni tá à ń ṣe nísìn, and it's our right and nobody can take that right from us. It is the right under the declaration that was even adopted in 2007 tó ìtì pẹ́ yìí. And don't tell us that countries have not come out of their country. In 2002, exactly May 20, the first country that had their independence in the 21st century, 21st century láwa nísìn was East Timor. Their population is 1.3 million. They declared out of Portugal in 1975. It cost them a lot, but they are now free people with their own identity, with their own language, and they can even come to UK for 188 days. Imagine. And you, a Nigerian, you want to come to UK, hey, student visa. Student visa where you don't get money. Just to somebody, you know, all of any visa, you idiot all over the place. Considering the important role, considering the important role of the United Nations in assisting the movement for independence, United Nations do not give countries and states. Wọ́n kàn máa assist. Okay, ẹ fẹ́ lọ. Okay, ká kàn make sure pé tẹ́ bá máa lọ yẹn, àfi yẹ kó dìjà. Iṣẹ́ United Nations nìyẹn. Àwọn ò fẹ́ kó dìjà. Àwa náà dẹ̀ sọ pé a fẹ́ jà. Ẹ má misquote mi. Ẹ fi mí sílẹ̀. Ẹ má misquote mi. A máa defend ara wa, ẹ̀tọ́ ni, right ni. America wọ́n ń gbé ìbọn káàkiri ni, wọ́n ń defend ara wọn ni. Tó o bá lọ sílé ègè, tó o sọ fún pé òun bọ̀, ó ní right láti ta ní ìbọn o. Bó o bá lọ sílé Adékúnlé, èmi ti rí ìbọn Adékúnlé rí, ó ti fi hàn mí lórí social media, ó pè mí náà, sorry, lórí WhatsApp call. Jágàmù tó wà nínú ilé ẹ̀. Má lọ ṣeré kéré nínú ilé onílé ní America o. Wàá ta ní ìbọn okú dànù nìyẹn. Ìtàn sọ nìyẹn. Àná máa pa sójà, àná máa pa ọlọ́pàá. Àná máa pa gúgúrú defense, àná máa defend ara wa. Mo kí Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, mo kí ẹ̀yẹ ọmọ AOPC, Akíba Gani Adams. Gbogbo wa náà là ń kíra wa. Àmọ́ gbogbo èyí tẹ̀sí sọ pé a máa restructure ìlú yìí ni, a máa padà sí Western region. Ẹ̀yin náà mọ̀ pé ìrọ́lẹ̀ ń pa. Ẹ mọ̀ pé èèyàn ò lè work. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí UN sọ ní bíbá. Ẹ jẹ́ túbọ̀ yẹn kà lẹ́ǹkan sí. Considering the important role, considering the important role of the United Nations, ibi táwọn Dadi Sami àwọn ìyá wa mo kí gbogbo ìgbé pátápátá tẹ́ ń ṣe wàhálà níwájú building bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ máa jágbe mọ́ wọn ẹ máa ṣàṣìyá a máa pariwo we want recognition of Yoruba nation. Considering the important role of United Nations in assisting the movement for independence in trust and non-government territories. They are not going to give us a nation, but they can assist us. They can say, okay, you know, okay. But táwa bá jáde fún rally, United Nations cannot do jack shit. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ rí wa níta in our millions. Onáṣọ Yorùbá, ẹ wọṣọlé ẹ máa bọ̀. Oní flag, ẹ máa bọ̀. Recognizing that people of the world ardently desire and interfere the end of colonialism in all its manifestations. Fẹ́ colonialism tó ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tí kò work for anybody. Convinced that the continued existence of colonialism won't prevent the development fọ́dọ̀ tiwa. Ó lè máa develop níbi kan kò develop dọ́dọ̀ tiwa. How can Denmark and Norway àwọn òlú kélébé passport wọn wá ní value ju àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lọ? Ẹ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá kingdom, ẹ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation, Odùduwà report, whatever name we want to call it. Restructure lè work, a dẹ̀ lè padà sí Western region mode. A fẹ́ bá ní kankan ṣe, a fẹ́ kí center wà lókè, a fẹ́ gba full attained independent. Tẹ́ bá tún lọ ń ṣe Western region, okay, àwọn lọ́sẹ̀ máa control látòkè. So you then think of that direction. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ kan sí. Convincing that the continued existence of colonialism prevent development of international economic cooperation, impede the social, cultural, economic development of dependent people like Yoruba people, and militate against the United Nations idea for universal peace. Peace in the United Nations máa ń wá. Tá a bá jáde wọ̀ lè dá sọ́dọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀. A gbọ́dọ̀ jáde fún mega rally. Affirming that the people may for their own end freely dispose of their natural wealth and resources without prejudice to any obligations arising out of international economic cooperation based upon the principle of mutual benefit and international. Tẹ́bárí gbogbo àwọn tó ń káàkiri tó ní economy Nàìjíríà kìnnìkan tá a bá ti pín ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa economy ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ má bàa sọ̀rọ̀ economy Nàìjíríà 5 billion owó tábàjá àjí àmọ́bí tó wà nísìn wọ́n ti pín mọ́ra wọn lọ́wọ́ ìwọ wá ń pariwo Nàìjíríà. Abacha family returned $1.2 billion. Are we not crazy people? Those of you on Olayomi Koikimedia, you need to join Olayomi Koiki on Instagram because that phone is already giving me indication that it's running low. Quickly, let's go further. Believing that the process of liberation, believing that the process of liberation is irresistible, irreversible, no going back. Ni plan A, ni plan B. The only plan is we want our sovereignty, and that's all. Moki Prophet Olugunlua, Moki Bugwin Barapata, Aki Global Directorate, and Aki Baba Ayilogi. Moki Bugwin on the Monkio. Believing that the process, Moki Yonka, Moki Chief Mamile Yoruba, and Aki Bugwa Momaton Shisheni Sale, for all the awareness and campaign that is going on currently in Yoruba land. Believing that the process of liberation is irreversible. Believing that the process of liberation is irreversible. Consciently, that pada. Emma eka to ma sọ̀rọ̀ Western region. Ká padà sí Western region. I miss pé okay yẹn àwọn lọ́sìn mama ni. Once again, if you're watching on Koikimedia, join us on Olayomi Koiki on the Instagram. Bye for now. Irreversible, and that in order to avoid serious crisis, an end must be put to colonialism and all practice of segregation and discrimination without it. Tó bá fẹ́ jà, tó bá fẹ́ wàhálà, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ká lọ peacefully. Welcoming the emergency in recent years, one welcome, welcome Yoruba Nation Kingdom, Yoruba Nation as a country in the world. Tí Google no mama recognize wa pé Yoruba Kingdom lélẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ yẹn? Táwa náà máa ní identity tiwa, ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ yẹn? Ẹ fẹ́ wà nínú Nàìjíríà kò wá máa sọ pé ẹjọ́ ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́. No. We have the resources to take care of ourselves, and every part of Yoruba land is going with us, including Kwara State and Kogi State. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni. Whether the North likes it or not, Nigeria must break up. It must be dissolved. Nothing can change that. We will use our media to tell the people that this was adopted in 1960. Just after a few months of the independence of the shit called Nigeria. Thank you so much for the super chat, Yawa Selisha Adeniran. Thank you so much. Believing that the process of liberation is irresistible, and that in order to avoid serious crisis, crisis la ṣe ń pariwo, jà la ṣe ń pariwo pé ẹja lọ. This is what we need to understand. An end must be put to the British colonialism in Nigeria that took place in 1914. That is not for us. And all practice of segregation by the Fulani in Yoruba land that are marginalizing our people, killing our people, and not giving us peace of mind. And the discrimination associated therewith. If you take your Nigerian passport anywhere, you will be watched as if you are a criminal. I want to be known as Yoruba man, and if I'm a criminal, they should deal with me. But right now, we do not know who are the real criminals. Are they the Igbo? Are they the Hausa? Are they the Yoruba? Because we are all under one fraudulent country called Nigeria, and when you travel around the world with your Nigerian passport, you will be vetted more than anything else. They will take out a magnifier to be looking into your passport as if you have just come from a terrorist country. Are you not concerned about that? Even our Professor Wole Soyinka, was given that in France as well. So why are you not saying we should keep Nigeria? Mo kí bàbá Professor Wole Soyinka, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ nísàlẹ̀, tẹ́ ń bá wa ṣe gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ kẹ́ ṣe. We must all stand up now and demand that the Yoruba people must exit Nigeria peacefully. And if it's going to be violent, I do not give a toss. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Now I'm just going to read. I want to focus on the number 1 and number 2. Declares, number 1, the subjection of the people to aligned subjugation, domination, exploitation constitute a denial of the fundamental human right. Thank you so much, Shegun Ono. Yoruba sovereign people need direct democracy. That's right. The subjection of the people to align subjugation, domination, exploitation constitute a denial, one fundamental human right. Is contrary to the chapter of the United Nations. Nigerian government do not have the power to stop a mega rally that is coming in Yoruba land. They do not have the power. The least they can do is just stay with their soldier there and just watch us. Because we are not being violent when we come out. We are coming out to tell the world that we won and we want to reclaim back our territory. Not your governor can do jack shit. If they do any jack shit, they will end up in the prison of the International Criminal Court. Otutole Ngbolenumi. Ike Keremadu is in the prison here in UK. It doesn't make any difference to me. There are so many people there that are done criminality things, and let him sort it out himself. Case Ike Keremadu is not coming up until next. If you think he's coming home anytime soon, he's not. Koda, Ogun, Oshimawa, Nibibai. The next year, because case here they are not going to look into that case until May next year. Oshi the May, Old Bailey, they are busy with so many criminal cases. And number 2, which is the final one, and I'm going to open my phone line, and then we will bring the broadcast to an end because I'm not going to be able to take you through the studio. That's why I started a bit early. Later on, I'll be on Niger Voices. All people, Bobby Bye. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ farabalẹ̀ ẹ screen record ibi tí mo fẹ́ sọ nísìn. Eléyìí ni kẹ́mà ìwà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀wà. I cite you, my sister. It's been a very long time. I hope the children and the grandchildren are doing very well. Eléyìí ni mo fẹ́ yẹ ká dìbò dáadáa. Ẹ screen record ibi tí mo fẹ́ sọ nísìn. All people, all Yoruba people have the right to self-determination. By virtue of that right, they are freely determine their own nation, their own political status, freely pursue their own economy that is different from the shit on Nigeria economy. They are also social and cultural development. This is Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Let's take a couple of calls and then I will then end the conversation. Once again, I'm not sure whether Bashiru is there. And the Baba number about Pinesita. I'm just going to take 1 or 3 calls. I'm not going to be here forever. I will definitely end this broadcast before 10:30 so that I can go and get ready for Star Radio UK, and then you can watch that directly. Then I'll come back later on at 6 o'clock where we continue the awareness. Buhari is no longer going to be speaking. What did Basegbe? What did Buhari say? What did he say? She's a Shito president. What did Basegbe? Terrorist president, and is the leader of the, the Janja with Fulani. The Biafra will go, the Arewa will go, the Middleware will go. If Nigeria needs to split, I will come back and say, what about the minority among us? Let them go and create their own nation. East Timor is only 1.3 million people. And as we speak right now, they have a better life than millions of you that are watching me right now. Especially those of you back home in that contraction you call Nigeria. Nigeria is not working. And that's why we are saying, this is the best opportunity for us to go. We are already in the process. It's a process. We have done everything and we are still doing it. We have not stopped. Even when we have our own nation, we have just started working because we must monitor and make sure that nobody, as it is right now in that contraction, if you think Nigeria will favor you, you are living in denial because there's nothing called Nigeria. Nigeria is the fabrication that was put together. Even Jonathan said so. Everybody knows that. But the reason why they're keeping Nigeria is, Mr. Koiki, tag the date. What date, Lensoro? You keep saying tag the date. What date? Please, stop distracting us. Once again, let us understand, nobody knows the date for the rally, so stop asking for the date. CSI will give us the date at the right time. Once again, the Yoruba people have the right to self-determination, and we should not be scared of that. You're not going to have more than a minute plus. Go ahead straight away into our live because of the timing. Hello? All right. Let that go because that's a shit-hole country where people cannot have a better communication. So if we are still of the view that we should wait, it's just the tactics to tell you to remain as a slave. Number 10 is the wrong number, Baba Kitty, but I'm just going to allow that to come true. I think you're probably watching us. Number 10 studio line because it's not even going to come true because that number is the one I'm using for the Twitter. So if you're of the view, you want to call studio line because phone and moving Twitter. So please do not call that number. By now, I expect every one of us to know the studio line. The studio line is different from my other number. It's just that the studio line is much more stable. I'm going to now, but let me get my model on air So let me see if I can just get my notepad and get the number out. Please do not call any other number apart from the studio line. Once again, as we continue our quest, to get the shit out of Nigeria, plus 4474044059117. That's the number that you need to call. Please do not call any other number. I will not take it out. I will not pick that call. Hello, caller. Go ahead.
Mr. Koiki.
It's on.
From Nigeria, lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo bẹ ṣe ń ṣe a máa ju àṣe. Can't wait to enter this country. Yorùbá nation no going back.
Ó máa wáyé pé kò ní wáyé yẹn rọ ni.
Ìlú ìtì táyẹ̀ anybody wọ́n ti fi sú anybody kò sí kankan then we are not fear that Europe a lè kún ọ̀ nípa wọ́n lè pa ó ti fi ẹ̀ta ló tiẹ̀ mọ̀ gan bóyá lè tún máa mọ̀ ọ̀gán lọ́la gan bóyá ó máa wà lórí. No fear, we fear not, and we can't wait to enter this Yorùbá nation, I swear. Kò sí ọkàn mọ́, Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú.
We'll get there. We're almost there. We should just continue the campaign.
Imagine common phone. Perfect phone. Aloma gba instrumental phone.
Can go.
Instrumental phone. You want to disturb me? Can so. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. It's a very sad situation. We will get there, and we are just almost there. We should all just remain focused, and we should not lose our focus. Eshigoni, thank you so much for no going back. Mokibubuenti and Wani, different part of the globe this morning, and I always say we should not be worried about anything, especially àwọn tó ń dẹ́rù bá yín nílé pé wọ́n máa pa gbogbo yín. Kò sí àwọn tó máa pa anybody. It's all lies. Go ahead, ẹni tó ń pè wá. The number is already out there for those of you that want to call. Baba Lekiti, thank you so much. To get number ma save ele ni fún studio tá bá tin ṣe program. The other one yẹn náà ni ke ṣe máa pè mí sí tá bá sí lórí live, but à ń gbọ́ yẹn. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, baba mi. Jerry ona ni ko ni ìṣòro wa ojo ayé wa àtọ̀run ni wọ́n. Yorùbá ló ta Yorùbá. Àwọn kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ ní ọlọ́kọ́ tí ń dáná rú. Abẹ́ṣe rẹ́mì, àwọn rẹ́mì kékeré tá a ní káàkiri.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àwọn Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́ wa ló ń bí ọ̀pọ̀ wa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ní àárọ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ fún mi ní information kan. Wọ́n bẹ́ṣe rẹ́mì ní ìwúkan ní òyìnbó. Ọba
Yeah, mo gbọ́ èèyàn kan send message sí mi láàárọ̀ mo ní mo tẹ̀ wà wẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n náà fẹ́ ṣe rally kan lóyún ní Ondo yẹ èmi náà gbọ́ so ọba abẹ ní kọ́ máa ṣe ẹ̀tẹ́ ìpè ní ṣẹjá gbọ́ àbẹ́ Èkìtì.
Àwọn wèrè táwọn kúpà ipò ọba nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó fìyà jẹ Yorùbá. Ó ní tí wọ́n bá jáde ní ìlú yẹn pé pípa tó máa tọmọ Yorùbá á burú ju tiẹ̀ lọ.
Ṣé ń gbọ́rọ̀?
Ṣé mọ̀ pé Yorùbá mọ̀ fún Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀?
Ṣé ń gbọ́rọ̀?
Àwọn kékeré ní wàhálà wa ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó dìde. Ká lọ sí pàtàkì ọba Òkìtìpupa yẹn. Àwọn tó bá fẹ́ pa nínú wa kó pa wá kí gbogbo àgbáyé rí. Ohun tí ọ̀gbọ́n ni ló ń sọ tàbí bí ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ ń jà fún wípé abẹ́ ní orílẹ̀-èdè títí wa. Sáà ó ti pé oṣù kẹjọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni táwọn ọmọ iléèwé ò ti lọ léèwé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Bá tiẹ̀ lọ léèwé ọ̀ tá gíráfíẹ̀tì kò sí jẹ́jọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bí
iṣẹ́ kẹ̀ ọ̀kadà ló ń wà káàkiri ọ̀kadà lẹ́rìbọ̀dì wà.
Mo bí àkókò ìgbẹ́ gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ tó wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ àpàdé ní Òkìtìpupa kí ọba yẹn kó pa ilé tó fẹ́ pa nínú wa ká má gbọ́ ló pa wá. Ká jáde lọ́dọ̀ wọn ẹ̀dá mi dẹ̀ náà.
Unbelievable.
Mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ́sẹ̀ kan lára bàbá mi. Nígbà tí àwọn náà kò fi ṣe Odùduwà textile olùwẹ́ class Cocoa House ọmọ ọdún mélòó ní bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀. Ìgbà tí bàbá wa Bọ̀dé Bánjí Akíntóyè tó ṣe sẹ́nítọ̀ tó ń perform well. Ọmọ ọdún mélòó ni wọ́n?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. They were very young. Gbogbo wọn they were very very young. In their 30s ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. In their 30s ni gbogbo wọn. In their 30s.
Ẹ jẹ́ lọ sí Oǹdó gbogbo ẹ̀yìn ọ̀dọ́.
Ọ̀dà.
Ẹ jẹ́ lọ bẹ̀ kó ọba Òkìtìpupa kó pa ilé tó fẹ́ pa lára wa. Ká mọ̀ kó gangan ó wà lára àwọn ọ̀bà yìí jẹ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá yóò fẹ́ kí ògo Yorùbá ó dìde yóò fẹ́ kí Yorùbá ó dìde ní ìjẹ́rò ní ìkọ́rọ̀ Èkìtì.
ẹ̀ tẹ́ ń pè ẹ̀ kúkú ń gbọ́ keep calling the wrong number. ẹ ṣe gan bàbá wa bàbá lẹ́kìtì lẹ́gbọ́n wọn yẹn èmi náà gbọ́ pé rally ń bọ̀ though I think they're still even there because mo rí image àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n wà nínú mọ́tò tó ń drive lọ ọlọ́run máa fìṣẹ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ wọn ní gbogbo bá ṣe lọ tó ń bọ̀ fúlàní ò ní jí wọn gbé o ẹni tó bá ti pe wrong number yàtọ̀ sí irú bàbá lẹ́kìtì àwọn náà wọ́n ti get right number studio number àti fi síta ẹ tó bá ti get studio number ẹ má bọ́dà láti pè so because ẹ máa disturb Twitter tí mo fi ń ṣe program ẹ go ahead quickly ẹni tó ń pè wá láti UK mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ ni mo fi kí gbogbo wa à ń gbọ́ yín. Good morning, brother.
I'm calling for United Kingdom. I'm a Biafra.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
I'm a Biafra. I want you to support you and support what you are doing.
Thank you so much.
You're doing good. Make sure you're doing good. Call your people. Call your people. So that let's dismantle Nigeria.
It must go down. Yesterday in the shop, I met a Biafra sister. She actually saw me. She was like, I know this place very well. This is Koikimedia. I said, yes. You know, and she was telling me about one Yoruba man in this country that is still shouting one Nigeria. Stupid man. Old man. They don't...
No. Nigeria must smart to what that. Because that country have already so many fraud.
Yeah.
That country must smart to work.
Yeah.
We need to go to work like that. We're Biafra. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. And we need to smash Nigeria completely.
Yeah. Nigeria must break. Yeah.
Destroy them one time. All I want you to do, talk to your people. You know, back.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. All hail Biafra, all hail Biafra. And we continue, the federal government must release Nnamdi Kanu. He's not a terrorist and he hasn't done anything. Please, if you are not too sure of any number that I'm asking us to call, all I'm just going to be doing, I'm going to block you in it about this program. I'm going to call you back because it seems you are not getting the message this morning. The number is already out there. 3 people have been blocked. I will unblock you later on. I don't want anybody to call the number that you are not meant to call. So if you're watching, you want to add your input, you're allowed to, but I'm going to block you because that means you're not listening. By now, I expect everyone to have the number. Multi-pin number and artificita. Let's take more calls. Tí bá parí program, I won't block you padà. A save number, tí bá ti ń ṣe program, òun ni studio number. Ẹ kàn lè pè mí lórí the other number at any time. I keep saying that all the time. Hello caller, go ahead. Mo kí bàbá Lẹ́kìtì lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo àwọn medias wa tó bá ń wò mí because some of them are watching quietly but they hardly say anything but mo kí gbogbo yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Hello caller, go ahead sir.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun.
Àwa ni ẹ sà.
Ọlọ́run á máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́.
Àwọn gbogbo wa lọ́wọ́.
Ṣé rí iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe inú mi ń dùn gan-an.
Ẹ ṣe gan-an.
Mo rí pé ginger everybody.
Ẹ ṣe
And
gan-an.
I'm so happy.
Thank you so much sir.
Because gbogbo àlè keep quiet.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Because mo máa àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yín dẹ̀ máa sọ ẹ̀ mo máa sense pé diplomacy.
UK ni mo pẹ́ sí. UK ló ní diplomacy ẹ̀yin òrí báyẹn ṣòkú queen ni ẹ̀rí pé diplomacy wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀yin òrí pọ́fẹ́ tó bá fi harry sílẹ̀ níbẹ̀ ó lè gba blow so kò ṣe wà ní ma gba blow àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan wà táwọn náà máa ra dìmú báyìí because ibi tí mo pẹ́ sí nílé and I'm sure pé you no understand because Europe kan lẹ ti ń pè ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀gbọ́n mi.
So mo ní pé diplomacy tẹ̀ ń lò yẹn ẹ fi ń ṣòkúta fáwọn kan.
ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ jù ibi tó bá ti yé yín bẹ̀ ẹ ṣàrà dákẹ́ ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ jù.
Bí ìyá wa kan sọ pé a máa fi oògùn fa àwọn kan wọnú ìlú.
ẹ má rántí ìyá mi yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìmọ̀ à ń sọ pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation ẹ tún ní ká lọ gba Western region ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé Western region agbára ṣì máa wà lókè èmi lè fẹ́ ká agbára wà nísàlẹ̀ àtúfẹ́ ká agbára wà lókè ẹni kárí structure àbẹ́ni kankan jà àbúyín àbáyín sọ̀rọ̀ bòyí tá à ń sọ ni pé ẹ má tún tàn wá níbi tí láyé dé báyìí.
Àwọn bàbá tó ń parí ìrọ̀sọ́jọ́ ó ti sún wọn ó ti sápàlà lọ sọ́dọ̀ òbí tí ẹ máa jókòó tì. Àwọn bàbá yìí ti ń parí ìrọ̀sọ́jọ́ yìí ó ti fọ́tà fọ́nà ọ̀sẹ̀. Ó ti sún wọn sí wọ́n á tún sá lọ sọ́dọ̀ òbí. Wọ́n ti fẹ́ báyà wá jẹ́ ìrọ̀sọ́jọ́ rẹ̀ níjọ́ ọ̀la bẹ́ẹ̀ ti lé ìgbà.
Everybody mọ̀ pé instructor lè wọ̀. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you so much. ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you. Yeah, mo rí àná ni mo kàn bá pàdé ó ní náà pa àwọn èèyàn mọ́ tó ń bọ̀ it's very powerful àwọn mo gbọ́ fídíò yẹn mo gbọ́ èmi náà gbọ́ mo gbọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó lè lọ di sùúrùtù ó lè lọ di sùúrùtù. You know, everybody who are careful this thing. Thank you so much. In the develop number sister. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ sáré kábẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n yóò dára rẹ̀ wọ́n ní mo lo diplomacy. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ pẹ́ jọ studio line mi nìkan ni ẹni ráì láti pè. Any other number I'm not gonna pick it up. It doesn't matter whoever it is. Ẹ má bínú. Because number yẹn máa hang náà ni and I don't have the time to be being frustrated on the program. Hello, go ahead ẹ tó ń pè wá. A dúpẹ́ fọlọ́run. Ètò nìyẹn. Àmín àmín.
Irú gbóore ẹ máa dojú ẹ̀ ní gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé ńlá kàkà tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀.
Àmín.
Ẹ wò ó gbogbo ṣẹ́yìn láàrin ájọ wà ní rálì dájọ́ lọ ní.
Okay. Okay. Ẹ ṣé gan ni mà. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Okay, mo rántí ẹ ṣé gan ni. Wà ìrìn ọjọ́ yẹn lágbára. Ìrìn náà tí yẹn lágbára mọ́ mi. Mo pìtì gbogbo ìyá wa tẹ̀tẹ̀ èmi gan tí mo jẹ́ ọkùnrin gan wọ́n ń gbé mi lórí ilẹ̀ ìgbà tó yá àwọn ọmọ yẹn gbogbo igi tí mo kọ́ sẹ́yìn wọ́n ní uncle. Àwọn ọmọ gbogbo igi tí mo kọ́ sẹ́yìn wọ́n yọ̀dá uncle man this thing man. If you know that I get the message mo kí ìyá wa Janet ìjọ ẹ̀ sí ẹ ṣé gan ni Yawa, thank you so much. Akọni láti ẹ̀ńtẹ́rìn tó brown bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n ti kó wọn láyà jẹ tó pọ̀. So iṣẹ́ tèmi láti ṣe ni pé mo láti reduce the tension yẹn. Ìyẹn mo ṣe ń ka kíní léraléra ìyẹn resolution yìí. Because wọ́n dára wọn láàmú ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mà. Má ṣe o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ẹ̀rí Sherry Blair ó ti dàgbà. Sherry Blair ti dàgbà. Mo kàn ń wò báyìí pé ọmọ ìyàwó Tony Blair lélẹ́yìí ó ti dàgbà ó ti ó dákẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Àìrọ̀ wọ̀ ní ṣèyàn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Yorùbá máa lọ whether they like it or not, we will go and we will educate our people. Gbogbo ntẹ́ ẹ̀kẹ́ mọ̀ la máa break it down. I have the time. Mo ní time yẹn. Iṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe lélẹ̀ full time ni mo wà lórí Yorùbá Nation. Èmi ò lọ́bì kankan full time ni. Ọ̀dà ẹ ṣé gan ni Yawa, thank you so much. Mo kí ìyá mi gbé mi lékè. Pastor Mo mo kí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni bèbí ti ṣẹ́jú ojú ti là ó rà pé ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ló máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ bèbí ti ṣẹ́jú ojú ti là ìyá mi ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ni bèbí ti ṣẹ́jú ojú ti là ẹ ṣé gan ni Yawa ẹ já tó fáwọn ẹlòmíràn láàyè torí time ẹ bá ń ká àwọn ọmọ Oòduà mo ti rójú ẹ̀ ní bíbá ẹ̀ wàá gbọ́ mo dọ́dọ̀ mọ́ sí mi ní àǹtí mi kan wà lọ́dọ̀ mọ́ sí mi àwọn ó dà ń kọ́ báyọ̀ kan sọ̀rọ̀ Amẹ́ríkà pé ṣe mọ Koiki fi ti báwo ọmọ mi ni Koiki nígbà tó mo wá dọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ sí bó ṣe pé oye Amẹ́ríkà nìyẹn mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín especially those, you have to sit down 4 hours to I don't know èmi gan ti máa ń ṣe program gan mo mọ̀ kí n máa ń pẹ́ tó yẹ so bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan ṣe wá ń jókòó mo program yẹn Ọlọ́run nìkan ló mọ̀ ẹ mute background 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 ẹ jọ̀ọ́ tẹ́ bá ti ń pè ẹ máa bá mute background ẹ ti wọlé sà.
Hello, bàbá mi.
Hello sà.
Irúmọlẹ̀ ló sọ̀rọ̀ láti Amẹ́ríkà.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
Ẹ káàárọ̀, àwọn tẹ̀ ti wà lóòdù ní.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, òru ni, mo ti jí gbogbo yín lẹ̀ má bínú.
Bàbá mi, ilé yóò sọ pé ju wálẹ̀, àjọ wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ yìí.
Adúpẹ́ fọlọ́run. Adúpẹ́ fọlọ́run.
Àwọn alálẹ̀ Yorùbá, wọ́n máa bẹ pẹ̀lú yín.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Odò ọgbìn yín.
Àṣẹ o, àṣẹ o.
Ọbàtálá ó gbìn.
Àṣẹ.
Bàbá arúgbó.
Àṣẹ.
Ló gbìn.
Àṣẹ.
Ọ̀rúnmìlà ó máa wà pẹ̀lú.
Àṣẹ.
Ifá máa gbọ́n ní ìlú.
Àṣẹ.
Wọ́n máa protect.
Àṣẹ.
Àwọn èèyàn wá ti sọnù gidigidi
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni,
gan.
ó ti pọ̀ jù.
Táwọn èèyàn wá bá dé orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà, wọ́n dé orílẹ̀-èdè Cuba àti Brazil.
Àní kọ́ dé South Africa, Amẹ́ríkà tẹ̀ ti pọ̀ jù kọ́ lọ South Africa.
Àtàwọn ọmọ Cuba, thank you bàbá mi, ní South Africa lẹ́yìn.
South Africa.
Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tá a wà yín àyìn, tá a ń bẹ yín àyìn, àwa ń rí ojú wa kí màá táwọn fi wá lu ìsìkáàtù káàtù wá ju àyè, Mùsùlùmí ni wá. Ṣùgbọ́n bàtà dé yín àyìn, ojú wa láà. Làwa rí bàtà rí àwọn ará òkè òkun àwọn èbó àtàwọn kí ló ti ń pè wọ́n àwọn Latinos bí wọ́n ṣe embrace culture wa tí wọ́n ń bọ Èṣù tí wọ́n ń bọ Bàtálá tí wọ́n ń bọ Ọ̀ṣun tí wọ́n ń bọ Ọya. Mo wá wò gàgà mo fojú ẹ̀yìn wọn ará ilé mo ní ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ ti sọnù tipẹ́tipẹ́.
Deliberate act ni ẹ máa ká blame àwọn tó wà nílé is the deliberate act that ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn kìíní ẹ̀ it's just that ẹ wo choreography tó ṣe sin queen kọ́nà fọ́run kẹ ìwọlé sàn kan mi but ẹ wo bó ṣe sin Aláàfin wa.
ṣètìrí ìyáhùn mi mọ̀ bóyá èyí tẹ̀ ládùúgbò yín bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣẹ́ ráwọn ará Scottish ṣẹ́rí bó ṣe ń pàtẹ́wọ́ tí wọ́n dùn.
ẹ̀yẹ́ máa wo wọn sẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ́ máa wo wọn. Yeah.
Fuck that woman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to use
No, it's okay. Well, I mean, America lẹ́yìn normal word then lò náà ni. Ó kọ́ ipa àwọn tí àwọn ọmọ wa ṣọ́ọ̀pù àìrọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀.
Bàbá mi, kódà iṣẹ́ yìí, àdùn wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ yìí lóní pẹ̀lú òní.
We have to go.
Àdà Aláàfin tuntun.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Nígbà àbàjá Aláàfin tuntun, àwọn yóò rí tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀.
A gbọ́dọ̀ embrace the culture wa. A gbọ́dọ̀ embrace it. Ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Àti Kóyèkó àti ẹ̀bìrì àti Máyégún oyin ìlànà.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Àwọn ìtúrí ntí mo pẹ́ tí bàbá Èkìtì mo pọ́n tó sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Àwọn àgbàlagbà àwọn ń kù táwa máa respect. Àgbà ọkọ̀gbọ́n bàbá mi o. Gbogbo àwọn ọba tí ń bẹ lórí tẹ̀lé Yorùbá sì ọmọ àlè ń gbogbo wọn ẹ̀yìn nígbà. Wọ́n máa wí wọn ní ọba aláṣẹ èkejì òòṣà. Àwọn ọba ilé yìí ò sí èkejì òòṣà. Èkejì politician ni wọ́n, èkejì Nigerian government. Tí ò sì yàwó èèyàn ni pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Yorùbá ni wá. Orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ń bògo Yorùbá mọ́lẹ̀.
Ó ń bò mọ́lẹ̀ seriously.
Yorùbá yóò lọ ní bàbá mi tí wọ́n sọ ojú kí máa fọwọ́ kí wọ́n sọ ẹgbẹ́ tí wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ fi sọ́lẹ̀ kan ìnáwó àdùpẹ́ náà sọ èmi náà sọ dálábà fún ọmọ ọba tí ọba ti ṣe kára ló fẹ́ àkókò lọ́sẹ̀.
Ó kù díẹ̀ ni ẹ̀yẹ́.
Láyé ìjọ ọba wọn máa ń gbọ́rọ̀ ń kára ló sọ wọn máa ṣe kára ló fẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ìgbẹ́ níyì ọba olè ọba oníjẹkùjẹ ọba olè.
Ẹja ti fáwọn ẹlòmíràn láàyè ká ẹlòmíràn tó lè sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ṣé God ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. Thank you so much. I know you have a lot to say and I do appreciate it but the line is so busy and I want to take as many calls because máa parí program kí n tó lọ sí studio and I'm going to go because tí wọ́n ti ṣe studio tán I have a lot of activities mo dẹ̀ ṣe fi dọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ sí mi as well so quite a lot of busy day for me. Go straight to the point.
Ẹ ṣé bàbá mi.
Okay, bàbá lẹ́kìtì tó tètè padà ó kí mo tẹ̀ bọ̀ pé mo ti ṣe go ahead.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí gbogbo wa ṣe wà nínú ilé ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́wọ́ ní òmìnira.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Bíbélì wípé ó ní àwọn ènìyàn mi ṣègbè nítorí pé wọn ò ní ìmọ̀. Ó dàbí ẹjọ́ mo fẹ́ lára àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ̀ ń kọ́ wa lọ́wọ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà.
Mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ ó dàbí pé ẹ̀yà lọ́bẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ bá wa sọ kẹ́ ẹ bá wa wá díẹ̀. Éèjì bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ nígbà tí bàbá pàpọ̀ mú ẹ̀. Éèjì bàbá Bánjí Akíntóyè, ọkùnrin Mọ́lẹ́rìndé, Alhaji Lateef Jákàndé, Adékúnlé Ajáṣe, éèjì bá wà nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe Yorùbá lóore tí Yorùbá sì rí ògo rẹ̀ lò díẹ̀ ṣé gbọ́ mi dà.
Mo gbọ́ yín.
Ní àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ilé ìmọ̀ wípé àwọn tòde òní ní ayé wa náà tẹ̀ mẹ́rẹ̀ ògo wa náà lò ọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ kan sí ẹlẹ́rìí bàbá kan ìfọ́mọ́ prime minister ní London tó ti dàgbà kò dẹ̀ dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ ìjọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ọ̀rọ̀ ìjọba England mọ́ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn bàbá wa tó ti wà ń bẹ̀ láti ọmọ ọdún ogójì ọdún ogún ọdún ó lé wọ́n ṣì wà lórí power today at the age of 92 years wọ́n ṣe kó àdé àti Yorùbá wọ́n dẹ̀ kó wa lọ sínú ìparun ẹ̀jọ̀ ẹ bá wọ wádìí kéèjì bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ kéèjì bàbá Adékúnlé Ajáṣe Bísí Ọ̀nàbànjọ Mọ́lẹ́rìndé Alhaji Lateef Jákàndé àti àwọn sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ nígbà ní éèjì UPN tó ṣẹlẹ̀ Yorùbá lóore ẹ̀jẹ̀ bàbá.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. And I have some few things ní sùúrù kí n sáré ka kí ní èdè òyìnbó ní máa fi kà Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ Awólọ́wọ̀ redirect here for Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ grandson okay Chief Ọbáfẹ́mi Jeremiah Oyeniyi Awólọ́wọ̀ GCFR Yorùbá Ọbáfẹ́mi Oyeniyi Awólọ́wọ̀ 6th of March 1909 up to May 9, 1987 was a Nigerian nationalist and a statesman who played a key role in the independent movement. He was the first ever leader of the government, business, and minister of the local government, the first and the second republics and the civil war. The son of the Yoruba farmer, he was one of the truly self-made men among his contemporaries in Nigeria. So in Baba Ekiti try to emphasize níbẹ̀ ni pé tábà gbọ́ táwọn gbọ́ gbogbo Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe àwọn tó jẹ́ gómìnà wa nísìn tó náà wọ́n ń dé fìlà Awólọ́wọ̀ tó ń lo glasses Awólọ́wọ̀, why are they not taking that same template? Because it shows that they are not interested in that Awolism that they are using as a gimmick fún àwọn Yorùbá. Let's continue. As a young man, just as I am still a young man, even though I'm in my 40s, ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ níbí báyìí ìyẹn ni Baba Ekiti ń try láti bèrè mẹ́yẹn. As a young man, he was an active journalist, editing publications such as Nigerian Worker on top of others as well. We have a lot of active Yoruba people right now. But the reason tẹ́ ẹ ṣe wà active ni pé Nigeria ti hold yí padà sẹ́yìn. And just quickly, because we need to take more calls as the line is extremely busy this morning. After receiving his Bachelor of Commerce degree in Nigeria, he traveled to London. London tẹ́mi náà ti ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ nísìnyí. To pursue his degree in law. Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ was the first premier of the Western region. And people are now saying, ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sí Western region. Àti move síwájú ju pé ká tún padà sí Western region. Because tẹ́ bá padà sí Western region, on the top, a sì tún máa ní center kan tí gbogbo ọmọ lọ́mọ report sí. We don't want that anymore. And even the Londoners, we're not going to give you Western region. Sherry, I won't prefer politics to play. Èmi àwọn sọ pé politics ẹ̀bà, politics àmàlà, politics tó wọ gbogbo àdúgbò sádùúgbò, politics tó ní reference point. Because tó bá ní reference point ni, ó jẹ́ kí omi ni mo ṣí kalẹ̀ yìí, ó jẹ́ kí omi kó wọnú ilé yín. Kò ní láti ṣe máa lọ yàgbẹ́ nínú igbó, ó jẹ́ kí development dé inú ilé yín. Ó yẹ kí gbogbo structure ti wà, ó yẹ kóúnjẹ wà nínú ilé, ó ní láti ṣe lọ máa bá politician láàárọ̀ kó tó jẹun. Let's continue. After receiving his Bachelor of Commerce degree, he traveled to London to pursue his degree in law. Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ was the first premier of the Western region and later the Federal Commissioner for Finance and the Vice Chairman of the Federal Executive Council. During the Nigerian Civil War, he was thrice the major contender for his country's highest office. A native of Ikenne in Ogun State of southwestern Nigeria, he started his career like some of his well-known contemporaries as a nationalist in the Nigerian youth movement, in which he rose to become the Western Provincial Secretary. Awolowo was responsible for much of the progressive social legislation. And tẹ́bádẹ̀ wo nísìn, as far back as 1960, gbogbo àwọn dọ́kúmẹ̀ntì ni àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ náà máa ti máa go through nígbà yẹn, because gbogbo ìjà tó ń jà pé kí wọ́n jà pé kí gbogbo wa ká lè ní unity, ìjà yẹn ò lè work gan mọ́ nísìn. The unity of Nigeria is not working, and that was why ṣẹ́rí gbogbo Western region tó destroy yẹn, ṣẹ́rí gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ pé kù tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn kò ṣẹ̀yìn ìlú yìí, because wọ́n mọ̀ pé Western region máa fún wa lágbára. Western region máa jẹ́ ká compete, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀dú wọ́n fa oríṣiríṣi, wọ́n dá gbogbo ẹ̀ dúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdú. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ Bill Clinton, the former president of America, ó ní wàhálà táwọn dá sílẹ̀ nígbà Biafra war. Àbó ìtí ṣé mi mo sọ, máa gbá etí ẹ̀. Ṣé mi ni mo sọ yẹn? Evil people. Let's take 1 or 2 more calls and I come back again to Awolowo. Ẹ bá ṣe ní kíá. Ẹni tẹ́ bá ti ń pè, tí bá ti gbé báyìí mute background yẹn, because ó really want to orí mi níbí báyìí. Ẹ go ahead. I'm going.
So èmi ìgbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ àlàyé sí máa jẹ nípa benefits. Ṣé àlùkò gbọ̀ngàn nǹkan tí kẹ́sìtọ̀ táwọn èèyàn máa bọ̀ tó máa gbọ́ inú máa jẹ́ lòdì ìgbọ̀ngàn tó làwọn ọmọ ya ṣe sí. Transportation bá sọ ó tún fi náà tó ayé Yorùbá lè pọ̀. Ọ̀gbìn ẹ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ jáde lọ ní Greenwich. Ní Greenwich ṣe kọ̀ọ̀kan ṣe Greenwich yàrá nínú Greenwich.
Yeah. Okay. Especially àwọn generation tó ṣe bí nísìn. Ọ̀dà ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much. Àwọn ẹlòmíì a máa drag wọn débẹ̀ ni bí àwa ṣe sọ yẹn. Let's go straight to the next caller. Go straight to the point. Ẹ ti wà long. Ẹ dẹ̀ mute background. Ẹ tó bá ń tan another device. Ẹ ti wà live.
Hello, Mr. Koiki Karo.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ sir.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o, ọ̀nà máa fún iṣẹ́ o.
Amen.
You are a voice and you will never be voiceless in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Ṣẹ́rí ọdún kan fẹ́ irú bàbá Èkìtì ọ̀tún lè nípa ọba kan ní Ondo State yẹn.
Ní Òkìtìpupa.
Ọba yẹn láti Òkìtìpupa. Orí Igbó ni orúkọ Yorùbá yẹn, Orí Igbó of Igbo land.
Orí Igbó.
History ẹ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ pé ó wà lára àwọn barí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ní oil well.
Okay.
Ṣé ọ lè mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ first son ẹ̀ is a director in NNPC.
Wow. Okay.
So àwọn yẹn ti ń jẹ Nigeria for more than 40 years. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ń sọ àwọn tó bá mọ story máa yẹn wọ́n they will know that ọba Orí Igbó of Igbo.
Okay.
Máa yẹn wọn náà ó ní Koikimedia Fans. Owó ẹ̀ is one of the richest ọba in Nigeria.
Wow.
Ó ti wà ní oil industry for more than 45 years. So definitely, irú àwọn ènìyàn bá support wọn Nigeria láíláí. Wọ́n lè bá support nípa nation láíláí. Because
èèyàn kan náà confirm me when it is true. Bàbá wa Dayo Ogunleye sọ pé yeah, it is true. Go ahead. Wọ́n ní èèyàn kan náà tún sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n ní is the richest ọba. Ẹ bá mi kí lórúkọ yẹn, ẹ bá mi type orúkọ yẹn ká gbójú wọn jáde ká rójú wọn. Ẹ jẹ́ bá mi type orúkọ yẹn dáadáa yìí tí àwọn wà lórí program. Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ.
It's one of the invisible hand tó ń da Yorùbá rú. Àwọn ọkọ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ alára, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀ní is a boy.
Wọ́n ní Ìlàjẹ not Òkìtìpupa. Ọba Tẹ́rù.
Yes, àwọn ló ń da ilẹ̀ Yorùbá rú. Ọba àwọn èrò mọ̀.
Okay, okay. Mo ti mọ̀jú bàbá yìí. Ṣé ẹni yìí lẹ́ ń sọ? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò wá. Ṣé ẹni yìí ni? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò wá nílé. Ẹ bá wa wo picture yẹn. I think mo ti mọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ. Yes, mo ti mọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn ni. Okay. Ṣé yes, àwọn ni àwọn èèyàn ní yes. Okay, ṣé gan ni everybody's confirming it. Okay. Àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mẹ́yẹ bọ̀ lápò ni. Kábíyèsí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa dúró. Kóìkì ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Adé apẹ́ lórí, bàtà apẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó máa dúró. Billionaire ọba tẹ́rù. Okay. Wow, he's a billionaire. Billionaire níbi tí gbogbo ìgbẹ́ nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Òun lélẹ̀ tí mò ń kà níbí báyìí. Billionaire ọba tẹ́rù Akínrúntán biography. Frederick Obateru Akínrúntán is Nigerian monarch, the traditional ruler of Igbo Kingdom, a town in Ilaje local government, Ondo, southwestern Nigeria. He is an oil magnate and founder of Oba Oil of Nigeria, largest and leading privately held oil companies. Àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mẹ́rẹ̀ bọ̀ lápò ni ṣe rí ìran nísìn ẹja tó gba kọ́ọ̀lù bíi méjì mẹ́ta sí gbogbo ẹ̀yẹ ti pẹ̀ má bínú mo rí pé so much call tí bá dẹ̀ ti ń pè é padà like I said under 2 minutes after 2 minutes I'm gonna disconnect you with ẹ̀bá sọ́dé náà ni. Okay, wow, he is the owner of Obat Oil. Ó yá ìgbóhùnsókè I need less than 1 minute and a half. Go ahead. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ má dẹ̀ ní kí fún any more time o 1 minute and a half ni o go ahead. Yeah.
Kí ni Awólọ́wọ̀ yẹn?
Yeah.
Ojú tì mí fún gbogbo àwọn leaders yẹn. Shame on them.
Okay.
Bàbá ńlá shame.
Okay.
At this age, ẹ̀ṣẹ̀lú burúkú. Ìlú òní any reference. Kò sí. Àní mo máa bèrè question kan. Mo ní ká bá ṣe election bọ́n bá nullify ẹ̀ bọ́n ṣe nullify jojo election kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀?
Wow.
Mi ní kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀? Because ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ rí èèyàn tó dẹ̀ ṣe kí lẹ ṣe fún. Nọ́ọ̀tì therefore ní good reference fọ́mọ èèyàn tó ń bọ̀ wájú. Wọ́n dákẹ́ ni nígbà tí n béèrè question yẹn. Nobody could answer it. Wọ́n fẹ́ sọ station ní ti béèrè question yẹn. Mo ní ìlú tó ń pa ògo ní Nàìjíríà yẹn. Wọ́n máa ń ṣe ní definition bad. Ó yẹ kó yọ bad kó wọ́n fi Nàìjíríà sí bad. The word that Nigeria is bad. Ìlú tó ń pa ògo ní. Àdègbọ́dọ̀ kúrò mẹ́. Inú ọdún yìí ni kò ní yẹn lágbára náà. Ẹni ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ yẹn tó máa dó síwájú wa ẹlẹ́dùn máa lọ bọ̀ gbogbo alálẹ̀ máa jẹ wọ́n máa sọ ní ẹ̀rún rẹ̀. Ẹgbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ọdún yìí kò ní yẹn.
Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé gan-an ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín. Àmín. Ẹ ṣé gan-an. Gbogbo ẹni tó ti ráyè wọlé a ṣì ní just a bit of more time but ẹ ní sùúrù. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́n tí Bill Clinton sọ bọ̀ mo láti kọ́kọ́ fẹ̀yìn sínú orí náná. Ẹ̀rọ kan tó sọ fún yín pé ẹ rántí pé èèyàn mélòó wo program tí mo ṣe ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá mo ní ẹyin atútúrà another set that means pé à ń keep ẹni tó ní poultry busy méjì la máa ń rà bí Bob D ẹ̀yin náà ṣáà Bob D tọ́lọ́ Tesco lèmi náà ti ṣe ilé ìyàwó mi ló lọ ra ilé ṣẹ́rí 2 4 6 8 10 iye tá a rà ní last week ó ti tán mo sọ fún yín pé ká tó wọ weekend ó máa tán nísìn I'm sure pọ̀ mọ́ mi ó kì wọ́n fẹ́yìn ṣe kí ló ṣe lánàá pancake ni pancake lọ sínú ilé ó dà pé òun lọ ṣe lo ẹyin kan èmi náà máa jẹ méjì nísìn ọmọ mi ọkùnrin òun láìkẹ ẹyin tó máa fi dé ní ìyẹn la ṣe sọ fẹ́yìn tẹ wà lé pé that means pé à ń keep poultry má lọ fọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń gba kọ́ọ̀lù yìí that means pé à ń keep ẹni tó ní poultry nílùú yìí à ń keep wọn busy ẹ ló caller ẹ ti wà live à ń gbọ́ yín sà ẹ káàárọ̀ ètò nìyẹn ẹ go ahead àti gbọ́ yín sà mo appreciate. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. no gbogbo náà ni Ọlọ́run la gbọ́kànlé kò ṣèyàn Ọlọ́run ló níṣẹ́ we need 1 million people tá a bá ti rí 1 million people níta ẹ̀yẹ fèyí tó kù sílẹ̀ àgbáyé máa dá sọ́rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí. Ọ̀dà ó yé mi ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ó yé mi. Ọ̀dà Ọlọ́run ló ń ṣèrìn àjò tá a gbé dání ó yé mi. Ok ó máa happen kò ní happen ó máa dàbí àlá náà ni ó yé nísìn ó máa dàbí àlá ni àwọn tó ní kò lè happen ẹni sùúrù àwọn tó ní kò lè happen ní Soviet Union ní 1991 èèyàn kò sùn ó jí láàárọ̀ ó gbọ́ pé gbogbo ìlú ti pín àwọn máa bèrè pa níbo làwọn èèyàn á lọ́bi kọ́kàn orúkọ ìlú ló máa yàtọ̀ so pé kò ní pín yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká tutù ẹ̀ dànù ó máa pín mo sọ fún yín pé kí Soviet Union tó pín ní 1991 wọ́n ní more than 5 million soldiers àti gbogbo ìtàn ní different countries all over the world 5 million lọ ní wọ́n ní owó ju Nàìjíríà lọ ó padà pín ní lára àwọn ìlú tó jáde nínú ẹ̀ òun ni Ukraine tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí tó ń bá Russia jà nísìn lára ìlú tó pín ní Soviet Union ní ọmọ tó bá bí ní 1991 á ti wà níbi àbí age 30+ so gbogbo pé kò lè pín yẹn àwọn ignorant people ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ because àwọn sì rí pé wọ́n wò pé ọmọ Buhari ló wà níbẹ̀ o Buhari wo mo fún náà tó bá tẹ̀ pé Buhari gangan ló wà níbẹ̀ mo fún náà 20 years ṣé kò ní kú mọ́ ni ta ló wà láyé tó ní kú ìyá wa tó wà ní ibà náà nísìn London Bridge ṣé kò padà kú ni kọ́nà fọ́ọ̀nù kẹ́ so pé èèyàn kan wà pé èèyàn kan ló máa di Nàìjíríà mú èèyàn Ọbásanjọ́ kọ́ ló ń di Nàìjíríà mú àwa là ń dira wa mú tá bá ti rẹ́dì á máa lọ tó bá di gbùrù báyìí Ọbásanjọ́ máa sá lọ ni wàláì ó máa sá kíríà ló máa sá lọ gbogbo àwọn tẹ́yìn rò pa lágbára yẹn wọ́n máa yẹ dànù but intan sọ ni pé ṣé gbọ́dọ̀ dé stage yẹn ká kọlura wa a ní láti kọlura wa ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ peacefully òun ni mo ti bọ́ ilẹ̀ yín nísìn màá jẹyin màá mu mílíkì sí màá rárá máa ṣayé mi lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ afẹ́ dá wà. So ẹ má jẹ́ kí èèyàn kankan fún yín ní impression pé ẹ kò lè bọ́ sí ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kó lọ ṣe election tẹ̀ ń ṣe fake ni the first election wọ́n rí gẹ̀ fún bàbá lọ́wọ́. Thank you so much. Good morning on the other side of the globe. Torí àsìkò ní ẹ má bínú mo ní láti jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ mo fẹ́ sáré ka kí ni bàbá lọ́wọ́ tán yẹn dẹ̀ máa wá padà sí Bill Clinton mo ti rí fídíò yẹn mo kí gbogbo bí kíbi tẹ́tí wò wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyàwó Janet Nigeria has already break spiritually ṣẹ́rí mo bá ìyàwó mi sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá mo ní mo kàn wo gbogbo mo jókòó sí pálọ̀ mi mo lie down mo kàn after the media meeting tá a máa ń ṣe mo wá wo gbogbo kíní again spiritually àwọn alálẹ̀ ló ń guide wa o in tí mo gbé dání kò ń ṣagbára tèmi náà mo ṣeré o because mo kàn wò pé because at the end of the day ẹ̀wọ̀n mo kàn wo kú woman yẹn pé ọlọ́run mọ orú ìjà tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní in the spiritual realm nísìn I'm not joking ìjà gidi ṣẹlẹ̀ ní spiritual realm ọlọ́gbọ́n ló lè yé òmùgọ̀ ló máa bèrè pé kí lélẹ̀ tún sọ yìí spiritual realm ìjà ń lọ burúkú nínú spiritual realm ìjà ń lọ burúkú because ògo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ àwọn wá fẹ́ ní ká dìde àwọn kan wá nìyẹn àwọn politician kan ọ máa sáré fi hàn sílẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká tán bàbá lọ́wọ́ bàbá dáadáa tán jàre bàbá yẹn a native of Ikenne in Ogun State of southwestern Nigeria. He started his career like some of his well-known contemporaries as a nationalist in the Nigerian youth movement, in which he rose and became a Western Provincial Secretary. Awolowo was responsible for much of the progress, social legislation that has made Nigeria a modern nation. Ẹ wo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ṣèbí nǹkan tí mo kà ní bíbá yìí nìyẹn. Tẹ́ bá lọ ka para ibi báyìí padà, mo ń bọ̀. Ó rà pé ní bíbá ló wà nínú kíní United Nations tí mò ń kà lọ yẹn kí ni reason tí article ìṣèjáde tó fún tẹ̀lé tó adopted ó sọ ní bíbá being an peaceful and friendly relation based on the respect for the principles of equal right, self-determination of all people, and of universal respect for and observance of human rights, recognizing the passionate yearning in tí mo ṣe passionate ni pé agbọ́dọ̀ dádúró is a passionate yearning wọ́n ti mọ̀ kó máa wáyé bẹ́ẹ̀ ní 1960 ni wọ́n ti kọ dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì yìí so ariwo tẹ́mi ṣe ń pa nísìn kò jẹ́ kankan fún British government because kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ terrorism ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ So one more, but our lama activated. Yes, I also fún wọn pé kó di amalgamate. Wọ́n lè náà wọ́n di amalgamate. Ṣèbí à ń selection. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ ti lọ dìbò míì. That means pé ẹ tún fòǹtẹ̀ sí pé ẹ wà happy pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà. Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ̀n tí Bill Clinton sọ níbí báyìí. This Bill Clinton. Gbogbo ilẹ̀ sáà mọ̀.
But our historic memory includes the notion that your greatest days were under Ivan, Peter the Great, and Catherine the Great. In other words, when you could control your neighbors. And people don't want to be controlled anymore. They want to be free to chart their own course. I'll never forget the first time a man with impeccable military credentials, the warden of Rhodes House, who was Admiral Viscount Montgomery's aide de camp in World War II, said, you know, you're going to have to leave Vietnam. For the same reason we had to leave Nigeria. We left Nigeria, it was a horrible war. 3 million people died. But we had to go, and you're going to have to go. And I said, why? He said, because they don't want you.
Ṣé gbọ́?
You know, people...
Mo kí àwọn family mi tó ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, mo ní dárúkọ wọn. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much, we love you and we appreciate the work that you are doing. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n padà sí bíbá yìí again. Ẹ jẹ́ àtúbọ̀ lẹ́ǹkan sí.
Our historic memory includes the notion that your greatest days were under Ivan, Peter the Great, and Catherine the Great. In other words, when you could control your neighbors. And people don't want to be controlled anymore.
Ṣé gbọ́? Ẹgbọ́n kan tó sọ mẹ́. People don't want to be controlled anymore. Ẹ lè control àwọn èèyàn. I know you cannot hear it, but ẹ bá lọ sórí orí Koikimedia, you can go and watch it again. It's just a reference point. And tó bá lè gbọ́ fine, tó bá lè gbọ́ ẹ má bínú, ẹ lọ sórí Koikimedia, ó wà níbẹ̀. Màá rí share again. Olóòní.
They want to be free to chart their own course.
We want to be free to charter our own course. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn báwọn ẹni tó jókòó sí má bínú ó jókòó sí ibi tó ti ń ta pépà tèmi ti mú láàárọ̀ tí mo ti kà sínú ilé mi tó yẹ pọ̀ fẹ́ ni ó wá ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà ò lè pín. Illiterate ni ẹ̀ nonsense ni wọ́n sọ yẹn màá tún share again fún ẹni tó bá fẹ́ lọ gbọ́ fídíò yẹn and I can share the link into the broadcast tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ nísìn. So I'm gonna take just maybe about 5 more calls and I'm gonna start ending because mo ní láti lọ prepare for Star Radio and then because mo ní link ẹ lọ sí Star Radio láàárọ̀ yìí so àti pọ̀ jù. Hello caller, I go straight to the point. Any 1 minute.
Ẹ kú sẹ́.
Àwọn ni ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ. Network location náà.
Láti Nàìjíríà ní sà.
Àti ń gbọ́ yẹn máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ. Mega rally wo ń bẹ̀. Ǹgbọ́n kan tó sọ.
Àwọn fọ́tò tí mo sẹ́ndì sí ní ẹ̀ wọ́n náà wọ́n múra àti gbógun ti gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ní di mega rally wọ́n náà ń ṣe sílẹ̀ wọn.
All right. And don't put a lot number again. Mo ti ní kẹ́ máa pè. All right, that's fine. Mo ti gbọ́ nǹkan tẹ́ sọ. Once again, thank you so much. You know, those of you that are calling us from all different parts of the world. And nobody gbogbo ẹni mo ti block, my own blocking later. They get me, so the number for now until the African Party program. Let me take the next call quickly. Briefly, because of my time. I need to round up now. And then I appreciate every single one of you. It's a busy day for me as usual. Go ahead. That's our live. Hello? Hello, caller. Hey, meeting boy. Oh yeah, go ahead. That's our on Palumi.
Yes, I can't. In fact, people get across. Yes, first, one very good work. I just have one contribution, and my contribution is that I know there are many people in the grassroots doing quite a lot of things already. But I want to give my suggestion with this thing. If all we need to suppress the power of all these politicians and the rest, Nigeria no actually we need to mobilize people. Share awareness. about Yorùbá.
Okay.
Ká raise àwọn disciples tó jẹ́ pé àwọn gan ló máa tún jáde lọ máa raise other people.
Okay.
We need to call a massive movement.
Okay.
So that kò ní dìgbà pé wọ́n fẹ́ afẹ́ṣe rally ìgbà yẹn láṣẹ wá wò pé ṣáwọn ọkọ̀ ajáde káàtì láwọn tó tẹ̀ tí ń jáde.
Gbogbo tó ń lọ káàkiri yẹn nísìn, I think we need to understand that, you know, even in the midst of you know, the little resources and all that, I'm sure pé tẹ́ bá rí gbogbo àwọn small gbogbo àwọn rally tẹ̀ ń rí yẹn, awareness purpose ni o is not for anything else. Ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn movement tẹ̀ ń rí ní within the last 2 weeks tó ń lọ continuously Badagry, Ìláró, Ìbàdàn, mo tún ti rí wọn nísìnyí tó ń lọ sí Odapo Kìkúgba kan náà báyìí náà fẹ́ràn. It is part of the awareness. Wọ́n wà ní ẹ̀fọ̀n lánàá. So we have to understand that, you know, the movement is not just sitting behind the fence anymore now. I think people are becoming much more understanding. Even go watching the right láti jáde, even based on the fake constitution tó wà Nigeria. We can only do more, but we should understand that rally tá à ń rí yẹn is not a rally, it's a grassroots movement and awareness. But go ahead, mo gbọ́ yín sir.
So bí mo ṣe ń sọ, mo fẹ́ emphasize again pé not just.
Mo ń bọ̀ bàbá Pastor John.
Àwọn tá a bá ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ká máa sọ fún wọn, àwọn náà kan jọ ká, in fact mo máa ń bẹ àwọn míì ní tó bá ní ìwé ká dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure sometimes in the reminiscence people think I'm just a little bit too much. I remember most of the time I do say by APC jà, about my APC jà. And to bang broadcast me, I say that all the time because I know some of them are watching and they're like, Koiki, Tinubu débẹ̀ now, and I have to just let them understand that there's a difference between ọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu, the president. There's a difference between pé kí Yorùbá kó dá dúró. But okay, àwọn tó ẹni tẹ́ ń support Tinubu yẹn nísìn, o lè ra ticket nísìn kó wá sí London. Báwo ni ìlú kan ṣe máa lè wá sí ìlú yìí? Tó ń pè ní East Timor, àwọn East Timorian tó bá ra ticket ẹnu ọ̀nà lọ́tí máa fún wọn ní visa, wọ́n lè lo 188 days ní UK. Ìwọ tó ń sọ pé ọmọ Commonwealth tó like Tinubu ní access láti jáde, mò ń rí ojú èkó lẹ́ máa ń pọ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀, ìyẹn àjọkọ̀ àmàyà picture. We are not okay, mo dárúkọ kiri lánàá nísìn Ọ̀tẹ̀dọ́lá àwọn èèyàn wà lábẹ́ nísìn àwọn fẹ́ ṣẹ́ èmi ò ní láti lọ bá anybody nísìn tí bá nídìí iṣẹ́ nísìn the least job mo lè ṣe ní kitchen porter, mo ò nídìí training, mo ò nídìí anything, ó dẹ̀ máa fún mi ní owó, ó máa fún mi lálàáfíà. Ẹ̀yin ni we are telling our people. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń support APC tẹ́ ń ṣe party, we understand your passion for Tinubu, we understand your passion for politics, but ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ ó ti kọjá stage yẹn. Tó bá jẹ́ pé tẹ́lẹ̀ nísìn bí i 10 years ago la lè máa sọ yẹn, but nísìn everybody bèbí ti là bí kíni kiri ẹ bá mi type kíni again, bèbí ti ṣẹ́jú ojú ti là bí bá ní ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ níbẹ̀ ṣe máa ń sọ. So you know, and I think later on people ẹgbẹ́ tí bá nǹkan pè wá lánàá ẹ má bínú pé mo jẹ́ kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni ní ibi tó ti ń ṣe paper tó ti máa ń ka paper wọ́n mọ̀ pé bèbí ti ṣẹ́jú, wọ́n mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà gbọ́dọ̀ pín, but n tó sọ ni pé ká má ti jẹ́ kó pín nísìn, ìgbà wo la gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó pín. Go ahead because mo gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ because mo ti hold the bàbá wa kan lórí the other line mi.
Báyìí ló gbọ́dọ̀. And bó ṣe máa kú yẹn gbogbo wa gbọ́dọ̀ wà involved, especially àwa tó wà nílé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
A máa ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ní
ẹ ṣe gan yàmà Adéníkẹ́.
ìwọ náà dìde.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Lọ bá àwọn míì sọ̀rọ̀.
Sentiment èyí tẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo kìíní yẹn kakọ̀ close it down ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, sentiment làwọn tó wà nílé kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n wọ̀ okay, ẹlòmíì nísìn kò rẹ́yìn jẹ nílé, but ó ṣe wò pé sentiment ọmọ Yorùbá ní Tinubu, èyí pípọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ fi bá ẹ fẹ́ ó ti jẹ́ nísìnyí lẹ́wọ̀n pariwo Yorùbá nation, kò sígbà tá a lè pariwo Yorùbá nation, kò dẹ̀ sí ìgbà tó dé náà a gbọ́dọ̀ accept ẹ̀ ni, kò ń ṣe pé torí pé àfẹ́jẹ́ kí ayé ti Tinubu no ẹni tó bá yé tiẹ̀ problem tẹ̀ nìyẹn. ìtàn sọ ni pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ ó ti jọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu lọ. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much. I gotta let you go and I love your conversation this morning. It's very very interesting because mo mọ̀ pé àwọn intellectual àwọn mi báyìí tó wà ní bank Tinubu ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀, tá bá ti dá dúró gbogbo ètò máa wà fún gbogbo wa, àwa kọ́ èmi kọ́ mo fẹ́ ṣèjọba o. Ẹ ṣé gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, thank you so much and I love every one of you at home, especially ẹ̀yin elite wa tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní stock market. Awúsá kúkú ti kó yín lọ́mọ ẹ̀, ó ti kó gbogbo yín lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ. Ó yẹ gbóhùn sókè bàbá mo ti hold it for 5 minutes, ẹ má bínú, go ahead straight to the point.
God bless you.
Amen.
White Lion.
Sir.
Àlàáfíà fún olórúkọ Jésù.
Àmín Jésù Kristi.
Wo mi ò lé ohun tó pọ̀ lórí ètò yìí. Ohun tí mò ń bèsè lórí nígbà gbogbo gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀mọ́ ṣe ń darí mi ni láti máa gbàdúrà fún gbogbo ẹ̀yà agitator.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Especially especially ìwọ Kóìkí àti ìdílé rẹ lórúkọ Jésù ọwọ́ ò ní bà ọ́.
Àmín Jésù Kristi.
Wọ́n pinnu láti mú ọ balẹ̀ wọ́n rí wípé o dúró bí àràbà o ò ṣe é mì bí Ọlọ́run ti ṣe Sunday Igboho Ọlọ́run gbé ọ kalẹ̀ bí àràbà mú gbàdúrà lónìí tinútinú mi pé lórúkọ Jésù Kristi ti Násárẹ́tì lẹ́yìn wípé èpè kì í yan Ísírẹ́lì bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àṣàsí kì í yan Jákọ́bù gbogbo ìpinnu wọn fún ọ ní UK lórúkọ Jésù Olúwa ó bàjẹ́ àtàwọn agídẹ́tọ̀ yòókù tí ẹ ń gbé lórúkọ Jésù Olúwa ó bàjẹ́ lórí wọn ibi tí ẹ ń ti lọ yìí ẹ̀mí wọn ti fọwọ́ sí Olúwa ló fẹ́ wọ́n ti Olúwa ò bá fẹ́ Kóìkí gbogbo yìí lẹ́ wọ́n ti mú yín ṣùgbọ́n Olúwa tó lọ́wọ́ sí ẹ lórúkọ Jésù yóò tì yín lẹ́yìn délé ṣe rí ní Nàìjíríà nípa grassroots awareness Olúwa ló ń ṣetán láti kó sínú àwọn ènìyàn tí ń dìde lákòókò yìí wọ́n ti fẹ́ oppress àwọn èèyàn pẹ̀lú owó orí lójú àwọn èèyàn mọ́ báyìí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tẹ́ rí tó gbowó tẹ́lẹ̀ ní gbogbo bí oṣù 4-5 sẹ́yìn ni wọ́n padà jáde lákòókò ìpè irọ́ ìyáwó ìpè àti jí nǹkan jẹ Olúwa ló ń bà á jẹ́ nítorí àdúrà táwa náà ń gbà ní ìkọ̀kọ̀ Olúwa ẹ má jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ yín wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ rẹ wọ́n ní wọlé egun lẹ́yìn ọgbà Yorùbá nation àti Sunday Igboho wọ́n ní wọ gangan ló sọ pé ogun Olúwa wípé Bíbélì pé ológun lolúwa ó ní ológun sì ní orúkọ rẹ̀ Olúwa ní orúkọ rẹ̀ ìwọ gangan kọ́ ló ń sọ ogun Olúwa ló ń fẹ́ ogun èmi sọ fún yẹn tó bá nírọ̀ ni kó lọ wo Bíbélì kó tún wo Kùránì ọ̀rọ̀ bí ogun òun wọ́n lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run tó bá ti ló fẹ́ dojúkọ àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ ó ṣe tá àti gbógun tì ọ́ òun ló sọ fún Fáráò pé let my people go tó o bá tẹ́kọ̀ àwọn èèyàn mi ọlọ́run wọ́n dojúkọ ọ́ Fáráò tẹ̀ rí ogun àwọn tó bá wá lọ́wọ́ nù ẹ̀ ní kí ogun ó dìde sí àwọn kórìíra Tinubu Ọbásanjọ́ sí ọdún 8 Yorùbá ni kò tọ́jú wa àwọn torí bẹ́ẹ̀ Tinubu bẹ láyé ìgbà náà Ọbásanjọ́ dojúkọ òun gan kò ṣe kankan mo gbàdúrà lórúkọ Jésù ọwọ́ ò ní bà ọ́ gbogbo tàbí bá bẹ fún ọ ní UK kò ní gbé ọ lórúkọ Jésù ìjọba UK lórúkọ Jésù wọn ò ní rí ti ẹrù ìjọba àgbáyé lórúkọ Jésù àti wà tán máa dáyà wọn ò ní rí ti ẹrù àlàáfíà Ọlọ́run ló máa bí sí.
ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much mo gbọ́dọ̀ má gbé bàbá wa yẹn ibùdó gbogbo gbẹ̀yìn kan ẹ má bínú ẹgbẹ́ òsókè ìyá wa tó ti ẹyin mi náà ti fẹ́ ẹyin ti rẹ́díò Ọlọ́run ó ti fẹ́ ìdúró tán mo ń gbọ́ yín.
èmi fẹ́ fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa ní àmọ̀ràn wípé kán jọ peaceful rally tí ó bọ̀ sí olóyè Sunday Igboho máa ó di ẹ̀ kán jọ everybody kan tún yáyá especially àwọn ọmọ yahoo ṣèbó ní bí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ka ní gbogbo Nàìjíríà pátápátá tó wọ́n pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ka sọ̀kọ nínú wọn wẹ́ẹ̀sà sígbà yára bí pọ̀pọ̀ tó kọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ yìí tó jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ káwọn èèyàn ń jẹun ẹlòmíì ó ṣe torí ẹ̀ ó ti sọ síbẹ̀ ó ń jẹ ohun tó dẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́ àwọn tó ṣe yẹ wọ́n lè ṣe jù báyìí lọ gbogbo àwọn countries tó ń para wọn táwọn olóṣèlú lò kán jọ kí gbogbo wọn kán má para wọn mọ́ kán support peaceful rally yẹn kí gbogbo wa jáde tí everybody bá jáde tá a bá gba Yorùbá nation kò ní sí pé à ń para wa mọ́ kò ní sí pé èèyàn kan ṣọmọ ta mọ́ kò ní sọmọ ọ̀rá ìsìn kankan mọ́.
there will be opportunity for everybody. There will be opportunity for everybody. ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much àmín Jésù Kristi. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa once again the purpose of pé ká dá dúró is nothing more than the fact that pé a fẹ́ wà kí a control resources wa and that's about it. ẹgbọ́n òsókè ẹni tó ń pè wá mo rí pé ti pe the other number mo ti block ẹ ti wá get number yẹn dáadáa ní sẹ ó yẹ ẹgbọ́n òsókè hello ó yẹ ẹgbọ́n òsókè network yẹn báyìí. Amen. Ìbùkún mo rí yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀. Yeah. Line yẹn pọ̀ ọ̀gbọ̀n ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. We can hardly hear what he's saying. Mo ní láti máa prepare for studio. Time ti lọ. Láti máa prepare for studio. Ó yá ẹgbọ́n sókè. Àǹtí ń lọ gan. Hello caller. Nẹ́tíwọ́ọ̀kì ilẹ̀ location 9 láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. Ọ̀jẹ̀ káwọn èèyàn mi sọ̀rọ̀ láti location 9. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí let's remain focused. Ó yá ẹgbọ́n sókè. Ẹ ti wà on. Nẹ́tíwọ́ọ̀kì yẹn bad láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. À ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ̀kú gbogbo ẹ̀ o. àkọ́kọ́ adúpẹ́ fún yín ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì èmi náà fẹ́ gba gbogbo àwọn èèyàn nígbìyànjú ni ẹ má jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rù ẹ̀rí ìkankan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa ní inú ọ̀sẹ̀ tá a wà yìí. Àwọn Yorùbá ní bíbá yìí a ní Yorùbá Union. Ìjọba wa lẹ́mbàsì wa wọ́n wá fọ́ọ̀mù ẹgbẹ́ kan wọ́n wá ń sọ fáwọn Yorùbá yìí pé àwọn ò fẹ́ kí àwọn Yorùbá jẹ́ kan mọ́ ká dìsọ́ọ̀bù Yorùbá Union. Àmọ́ èmi jẹ́ kó yé wọn yìí pé èmi ń tèmi o èmi ò fara mọ́ wọ́n ní bó ṣe wá láti federal nìyẹn.
Wọ́n ẹjẹ́ túbọ̀ yẹn gbọ́ wọ́n ní pé ẹgbẹ́ kan wà tí ó ń operate wọ́n wá ní kó dissolve ẹ̀.
Yorùbá Union wọ́n yí pàwọ́ Yorùbá di ẹnu wa kò. Wọ́n wá ní láti federal wọ́n sọ yìí pé ká dissolve
ẹgbẹ́ yẹn.
Ẹ ò ká parapọ̀ máwọn Haúsá àti Fúlàní. Èmi ni mo kọ́ against ẹ̀ pé èmi tèmi o èmi ò gba ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wọlé. So èmi sọ fún wọn pé mi ò gba ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wọlé. Àti àwọn ọmọ ìyá wa wá sọ fún wọn yìí pé a máa lọ discuss ẹ̀ tí gbogbo ilé bá sọ. Èmi gangan ni mo dá ẹgbẹ́ yẹn lẹ̀. Ìdẹ́mi bá ti sọ fún wọn òun ni wọ́n máa tẹ̀lé. So gbogbo ọ̀nà ní
gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ń lò.
ẹjẹ́ túmọ̀ yẹn gbọ́ wọ́n ní pé ẹgbẹ́ kan wà tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ń lò.
Àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká gbìyànjú ká jáde ká gbà ẹ má jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rù. Wàhálà ẹ má jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rù. Ká jáde ṣẹ́rí tá a bá jáde tí a bá pọ̀ tó bá yá àwọn ìjọ àgbáyé máa padà dá sí.
Òun náà là ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa ìjáde yẹn náà ló wà important àwọn èèyàn wa a gbọ́dọ̀ jáde.
Báyọ̀ ṣe ti Sudan nìyẹn lóòótọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ kankan fúnra wa kò sí bá a ṣe ní jà tó gbé wọn ní ká lọ bọ̀rọ̀ nítorí pé tí wọ́n bá yìn wá bọ̀ ṣé bàbá máa bẹ́ẹ̀ retaliate. Ẹ bá yẹn ká bẹ́ẹ̀ rárá gbogbo àwọn lọ́balọ́ba tẹ̀ wọ́n gbogbo èmi ní Buhari àwọn olówó ọ̀fẹ́ kú wọ́n máa sá dànù wọ́n máa sá dànù pátápátá ìtẹ́bí mọ́ nìyẹn.
Ọ̀dà ẹ ṣé gan ni torí àsìkò ni ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much àmì ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi thank you so much mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí as probably maybe I'm just gonna link it to the studio but as soon as the studio end I'm not gonna continue the program. That's the only thing because I'm just about 20 minutes away to the studio. Once again, let's take the next caller. Hello, caller. Hello, Miss Background.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ kú iṣẹ́. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Nǹkan méjì lèmi fẹ́ dá sí just a short straight point. Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn ọba wa? I'm sorry, àwọn èèyàn máa bú wọn. Ṣé wọn ò rí iná wọn ò rí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tán pa àwọn èèyàn and that Ondo state iná ti pa ọba Ifọ̀ sórí títì tí ọba stupid ọba ibi tó bá jẹ́ Òkìtìpupa tó ní kí Yorùbá nation kọ́ máa ṣe rálì nílùú ọmọ àlè lọ́ba yẹn ọmọ àlè ní I'm from Ondo state ọmọ àlè ní ilé ọba yẹn whoever he is I don't care. Àwọn ọba wa they don't know wọn ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe wọ́n ríran wò. Tá a bá gbọ́ Yorùbá nation wọ́n máa lọ sílẹ̀ Haúsá ni. Number 2 ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa bẹ̀ màmá àti bàbá wa kan wà together please for this movement ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kó dẹ̀ lè fi àwa èèyàn lọ́kàn balẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ lè bu wa ní reassurance ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ so thanks a lot.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni Yawa thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé gan ni as we say 10:42 21st of September. Once again adúpẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ ní ẹ̀yìn odi àtẹni tó wà ní náà ẹni tó wà ní ilẹ̀ Haúsá náà ẹ̀yìn odi lẹ́wà because Nigeria is not one Sharia ló fi ń operate níbi tẹ́yìn wà yẹn as against the circular system. I'm going to touch again quickly on the message Baba Awólọ́wọ̀ tí mò ń kà lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan and I think I read it up to Awolowo was the first leader of the government, business, minister of the local government and finance, the first premier of the Western region under Nigerian parliamentary system from 1952 up to 1959. Sherry, láàrin 1952-59 yẹn, ẹ mọ̀ kí mo máa ń dárúkọ 57-58 within that time yẹn ló ń ṣe ìpàdé ní Western Lancaster House. Lancaster House yẹn níbẹ̀ ni ìjókòó máa ń wáyé pé okay ẹ jẹ́ ká gba independent ẹ fún wa independent wa. But what then happened is the system, and as at that time queen yìí wà láyé o wọ́n ì tí bí queen nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe amalgamation o. I think I did a mistake, in red because àwọn èèyàn correct me níbẹ̀ yẹn pé wọ́n ì tí bí. It was after 12 years tí amalgamation ti wà in existence ni wọ́n ṣe bí queen in 1926. Ẹ gbọ́ bí báyìí dáadáa. Wọ́n ì tí bí Queen Elizabeth II èyí tó kù yìí ní 1914. But 12 years after tí wọ́n ti ṣe that means pé àwọn bàbá ẹ̀ àwọn ló ṣe amalgamation nìyẹn. Ṣé rí gbogbo tá máa ń pe Lugard yẹn Lugard ò lè pàṣẹ fún rẹ̀ tó ò bá gbàṣẹ níbí báyìí because agbára pọ̀ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn wọ́n ní agbára. Lugard fún rẹ̀ ò lè pàṣẹ ó lè rò lọ́kàn but ó gbọ́dọ̀ gba àṣẹ yẹn láti empire because empire system ló ń lò níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Ẹ gbọ́ bíbá dáadáa sórí ìwọ tó fẹ́ parẹ́ lórí Nàìjíríà queen kan ni ó ṣe amalgamation after tí wọ́n ti ṣe amalgamation tá à ń pariwo yìí amalgamation kí ló ń pè amalgamation kọ́ kó oríṣiríṣi èèyàn tí kò gbọ́ èdè ara wọn kọ́ kó papọ̀ wọ́n wá pè ní Nàìjíríà. So gbogbo process yẹn tó ń lọ yẹn ìgbà tó di 1952 up to 59 irú àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ àwọn rò pé àwọn làwọn máa lọ kọ́kọ́ jẹ the first because wọ́n ní brain wọ́n ní Britain ti wá rí pé gene kan wà lára àwọn eléyìí o bẹ́ẹ̀ bá fún wọn láyè tá a bá fún wọn láyè pẹ́rẹ́ báwo ló ṣe máa mọ̀ pé gene wà lára wọn because wọ́n ti rí intellectual irú àwọn bàbá yìí níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn because bàbá kàwé níbí báyìí he read here he studied law in this country. So kí ló ṣe nígbà yẹn pé okay tá a bá lọ fún Yorùbá ní ààyè kọ́kọ́ lọ jẹ́ pé àwọn ló máa lọ di president or premier or whatever it is kí ni máa lọ lẹ́yìn o ṣe náà pàwọn British àwọn empire àwọn máa ń ronú ju báwa ṣe ń ronú lọ ṣe ní gbogbo time discuss nísìn gbogbo ọkọ I'm sure ọkọ màmá rẹ ni wọn máa mu tíì ni pé àwọn people máa ti ń wake up díẹ̀díẹ̀. British make sure to suppress the Yoruba down. So in tó ṣe ni pé while they were having this parliamentary system because wọ́n ti pè wá ní Nigeria before independent tó bá mọ̀ ká tó ṣe independent ni wọ́n ti sọ wá ní Nigeria wọ́n ti sọ wá ní Nigeria ní 1914 but 1926 lọ bí queen so gbogbo time lọ bí queen yẹn nígbà tí wọ́n bí ó wà ní African country kọ́nà pé Nairobi kan ló wà Nairobi ló wà ní bàbá ẹ̀ kú òun dẹ̀ ni ó kàn lọ ṣe pé padà pé kó máa bọ̀ ń lé. He was the queen at the age of 26. Òun wá ń bá àwọn bàbá yìí àwọn bàbá wọn lọ́wọ́ wọ́n jọ wá ń ṣe oríṣiríṣi ìpàdé lórí àwọn colonial part tí wọ́n ń pè ní Nàìjíríà. Òun ni irú dọ́kúmẹ̀ntì ṣe jáde ní 1960 tá à ń pè ní Declaration on the Granting of Independence. Ṣẹ́rí báyìí náà concept ó yẹ kí Britain ti jọ̀wọ́ lè tipẹ́. Ó yẹ kí ìyá Charlie tó kú yìí tá à ń pè ní London Bridge ìyẹn Queen Elizabeth ó yẹ káwọn yẹn ti jọ̀wọ́ kò jẹ́ kó dé stage yìí kàtẹ́ máa pariwo pé a fẹ́ pín kò tẹ̀ yẹ kó jẹ́ kó dé stage rárá. Ìtọ́ yẹ kó ṣe ni pé okay kò tẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ pa 100 years ó yẹ kó look at the whole structure kí ni yóò lè work. Ẹ pè gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Nàìjíríà ẹ sọ fún wọn ẹ pàṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ ilẹ̀ àṣẹ sì wà lọ́wọ́ wọn ẹ má máa sọ pé kò sáṣẹ lọ́wọ́ wọn. So kí ló ṣe nígbà yẹn ni pé kàkà kí wọ́n jẹ́ kí Awólọ́wọ̀ tó wà lọ di the main premier bó ṣe ń ṣe meeting nípàdé ní London ní 1957-1958 gbogbo time yẹn parliamentary system là ń ràn nílé àìtí di independent because independent was 1960. Ìyẹn ni ó ṣe sọ níbí báyìí pé Awólọ́wọ̀ is the first Western region under the parliamentary system from 1952 to 1959. Ìyẹn làwọn èèyàn ṣe máa ń sọ pé a gbádùn ìgbà bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀. Àwọn òyìnbó ṣẹ́rí gbogbo wọ́n fún wa níbẹ̀. Postman ẹ̀mí sùúrù ẹ̀kọ́júmọ́ làwọn àgbà lẹ́tà wọ́n mi ní. Pé Nàìjíríà yẹn kò ṣe ìlú rárá orí fi kankan wọ̀nyí ṣẹ́rí kíní tó wá dìde báyìí ẹ̀ ń wò yìí òun ni ọmọ Oòduà ló máa fi ń ṣe pákéjì nẹ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ ni wọ́n máa ń sẹ́ndẹ̀ wá because òun náà ń lo sí ṣẹ́rí services ó wà important ẹni tó wá deliver òun ti lọ nísìn òun náà máa fi post kankan tó bá fi post ẹ̀ services. But a lot of you don't understand. They don't know. So, just to wrap it up, nígbà tí àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ tó ń ṣe gbogbo ìpàdé yẹn in and out, okay, a fẹ́ gba independent, a fẹ́ jẹ́ kí àṣẹ kí ló ń pè ní independent nígbà yẹn ni pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ máa jẹ́ kí àṣẹ kó wá láti British Empire mọ́. Pé ó jẹ́ ká àṣẹ máa wá láti ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa ká decide tá bá fẹ́. So Britain wá ní okay, we will give you independent. Ṣé independent lẹ́fẹ́ but ẹ máa lọ dìbò ní o ẹ máa lọ dìbò ẹ máa lọ vote and that was how we got the first election but what they were doing from behind the scene kò yá àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ àwọn yẹn kọ́ ló ń campaign hey just like bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń campaign nísìn bẹ́ẹ̀ campaign dọ̀la Peter Obi ò lè wọlé because wọ́n máa rig election yẹn ṣèbí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ló máa rig àwọn kọ́lọ́ ní INEC ni. So kí ló ṣe nígbà yẹn ẹ lọ fowó sómìnira ẹ dẹ̀ fowó sórí central account ẹ dẹ̀ support Koikimedia kí ni wọ́n ṣe nígbà yẹn ni pé wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí whisper sáwọn Haúsá lẹ́yìn ẹmọ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ àá ní kí gbogbo yín lọ dìbò but ìyẹn ló ṣe máa sọ pé north ó ní numbers àwọn òyìnbó ló ṣe gbogbo kinní yẹn ṣèbí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ti sọ bọ̀bọ̀ Harold Will-Smith tó kú ní 2007 ó tún àṣírí yẹn fún wa so eventually an election was called àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ àwọn wọ́n dàgbà ẹni sùúrù ṣe bá campaign délé north yìí ààrí èèyàn ibo lèrò wà èrò ààrérò kankan and the government was rigged wọ́n tẹ̀ tí wàá ṣe yẹn nìkan àwa tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí coup upon coup ìyẹn mo ṣe máa ń sọ pé ṣe rí blaming of in tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní during the coup pẹ̀lú ìtakọ́kọ́ láti máa blame ni pé kí ló fa independent tó kó gbogbo àpapọ̀ wọ́n ṣe jẹ́ ká dá dúró separately. ẹ̀yin tó ti rẹ́dà ilẹ̀ ń dá mi dúró ẹ̀yin mi tó ti rẹ́dì máa fi mu síríọ̀ ní sí wọ́n ṣe jẹ́ ká dá dúró separately because wọ́n mọ̀ pé tá a bá dá dúró àlàáfíà máa jọba a dẹ̀ máa wà okay. So all I'm trying to say this morning again is we should not give room to jagbajantis. The British MI5 knows what happened in every part of the world. Yes. And it's all about us now. And òfin àgbáyé rẹ̀ sọ pé a ní right òun ló wà níbí báyìí. Resolution 1514. So wọ́n ní Buhari ò ní sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ ní United Nations láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. So that means because of so many things that is going on. Knock as Buhari's daughter graduate from university. Àwọn headlines akọ̀fẹ́lò lẹ́ni ni mo ti fẹ́ máa prepare. So, but like I said, immediately after Star Radio, I'm going to end the broadcast straight away. So if you want to stay and join the broadcast on the Star Radio, you're more than welcome to do so. If otherwise, you can. The program has already finished anyway. Egbon's okay. Any 1 minute. Go straight to the point. I'm going.
Mo wá bí sẹ́ni mo wo program yín ẹ ṣe gan-an èmi náà ní kí n dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín ni.
Kàdúpẹ́ fọlọ́.
Ọlọ́run bá oníkan lójú òní a máa bá wa dúró dè yín kẹ́bí tara yín.
Àmín.
Lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Àmín.
Etí èmi náà kẹ́rì sí nípa pé ọba yẹn tí wọ́n sọ ẹ dákun ẹ bá wa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n kóra wọn jọ kí wọ́n mọ bí wọ́n ṣe bá wọn ṣe rálì níbẹ̀ yẹn. Ní ọba yẹn Ondo state yẹn àbí ọjà bíi pẹ́ lọ́ba yẹn ni ọba tó lójú ní gbogbo ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ọba yẹn ní owó náà gidi o because every time ni mo máa ń wo yẹn náà láti bá ọba yẹn ẹ dákun ẹ jọ̀ọ́ tó àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín fún gbogbo tẹ́ ń bá wa ṣe so ìtọ́ wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé ẹ dákun ẹ bá wa mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ti bá wa ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ní gàràjì yẹn ká tètè ṣe ní gàràjì yẹn kọ́mọ́ pẹ̀lú because ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation kì í ṣe tó yẹ ká mọ ti ṣeré ẹ má jẹ́ kí n parọ́ fún yín fún àwa tá a wà nínú yìí gan amọ́ tó ju wá rí ẹ má jẹ́ kí n parọ́ fún yín àwa tá a wà nínú yìí ojú wa rí débi pé iṣẹ́ téèyàn kàn ṣe ní ìlú yìí ìtàlólé mi wá iṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe ẹ wò tí mo bá ní kí n máa ti ẹnu sọ wọ́n ní olówó kan láàrin olùsí mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún olùsí.
Okay, one of our students ti block Kaduna at Abuja airport o lẹ́ni very good àtúbọ̀ block gbogbo ẹ̀. Alright, ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa torí time ni ẹ ṣé gan ni one love so much. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa láti I think we've been on for just about 2 hours. Like I said, the broadcast is officially finished. If you just want to stay around so that I do the update on Star Radio, that is more than okay. But I'm not going to come back and they'll take calls and all that because about to share Star Radio too. I would definitely be ending the program. It's just that sometimes the line is still very busy. So I'm still trying to see if I can push 1 or 2 more people to also, speak to us before we go live. Okay. So once again, if I call you back, if you're still there, we will get to speak to you. Oh yeah, any less than a minute. I go straight to the point. Okay, all right. I'm going to quickly give you that information. Laroy, if we look at the population of Italy as we speak right now, according to the World Bank, Italy is 59 million. 59.55 million in Italy. Germany is 83.24 million. Japan is 125.4 million. Russia is 144 million. The GDP of Italy is 1.886 trillion US dollars. And they also asked about their passport. So when we look at the Italy passport this morning, according to the passport index ló ń sọ gbogbo passport àgbáyé bó ṣe lágbára tó àti pé kí ni value ẹ̀ ní àgbáyé. So when we look at Italy is number 4. The Italian passport is currently number 4 among the global passport. You only have less than a minute. I go straight to the point without any paraphrasing at all. I go straight to the point. Because we need that a lot. Mo ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
From let's say from Monday to up to this day, in fact, we have gained a lot. Fully loaded. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We love you so much. Eshegoni Yawa Elizabeth Joseph for the super chat. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko. I will continue to tell you that ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni là ń jà fún, and we are not fighting anything. We are not kò ń ṣe pé kù la fẹ́ ṣe ṣe kù o. Self-determination là ń fẹ́. Any less than a minute, I go straight to the point.
Hello, Baba Koiki. Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Pé orange election ẹ lọ ní this register this wọn. Foreigners, orúkọ foreigners ló pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ sí face méjì face different ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀ bí sí orúkọ foreigners lọ́wọ́ faces foreigners ló kún list wọn INEC list wọn ní àbádí east pé pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn because ní fi sọ nìyẹn.
Wọ́n ti kó àwọn ọmọ Fúlàní síbẹ̀ ọmọ tó ń ṣe. Thank you so much once again, the last caller. As I will just be about 3 minutes into the studio, I think we have a call again. I can take just one more, query, and then I will just play something while I go upstairs. I go straight to the point without paraphrasing. Ekaro.
Ekojuma.
Awani.
Yes. Yeah. Àwọn náà rí so ìfọ̀n inú tèmi náà dẹ́dùn bí a ṣe ń ṣe ìjàgbára yìí lóòótọ́ tèmi tó máa sọ náà ni pé ẹ rí gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá máa ṣe rálì yẹn
bẹ́ẹ̀ni sá
lóòótọ́ ti kó àwọn èèyàn láyà jẹ in the sense that gbogbo ìgbà tí wọ́n bá ṣe rálì bí kún àtàkì wọn bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé wọn ò ní kó ọmọ Yorùbá wá àtàkì wọn àwọn Fúlàní nìyẹn náà wọn àtàkì góòlù làwọn yẹn dẹ̀ gbọ́ wá dẹ̀ máa pa àwọn èèyàn lọ so ìdí nìyẹn táwọn èèyàn fi kọ́kọ́ ń bẹ̀rù pé kíní yìí ṣé wọn ṣe ṣe ṣé ò ní ṣe ṣe so but ní tèmi kúrò ní pé gbogbo ọ̀nà táà náà bá máa gbà ó jẹ́ pé àsìkò gbà tá a bá ń ṣe láti yẹn àá náà ti máa wà get ready yẹn bá ti àtàkì wa àá náà lè máa bá ṣe máa defend ara wa so gbogbo yẹn mo fẹ́ ká take note ẹ̀ because wọ́n máa fẹ́ gbé ogun lóòótọ́ ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n bá dẹ̀ ti lè pa àwọn
èèyàn ẹ̀ ṣe comfort from super chat.
gbogbo nǹkan yẹn agbọ́dọ̀ take note ẹ̀ ọlọ́run adé
Ami, Eshegoni Baba. Thank you so much, and we appreciate every single one of you. Let's leave the call for now. I'm gonna put my phone on a flight mode so that we can. Thank you so much for the super chat, and you also say well done, Koikimedia. I will continue to use my platform to give all those education, all these analysis, all the breakdown that you probably have not had before, or probably you've had it before. We will continue to talk about it. We are asking for the independent, the sovereignty of a kingdom. Kingdom làwa náà bí Great Britain. Kingdom làwa náà kó tó di pé wọ́n wọlé bí àlejò. Wọ́n destroy kingdom tiwa. Wọ́n cherish kingdom tọ̀dọ̀ tiwọn. Àwa náà ṣe padà síbi tá wà tẹ́lẹ̀, and then we can have value system as well. So let me just keep us engaged with this, which I wanted to play earlier. But when I come back, I'm going to stop it straight away, and then we're going to join the Star Radio UK. You might probably not see it, but at least I think woman rape one needs some few years back. I think around 2008. I'm coming back now. Oh, I'm not being able to, but audio me then come because I need to go upstairs now, and I want to be sure that I don't have anything that is speaking at the background. Let's close anything that is making noise. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna close my window. There's a lot of noise filtering through as well. Need the burglary in your corner. You are kind of money. Nigeria and Singapore any burglary proof. Come back, kidnapping.
The GC motley crowd of armed men in military uniform came out of the bush. They fired at the boot of the car. Ahead of us, 5 of them came out of the bush. Another 2 came from the rear. My daughter screamed, "Mommy, Daddy, what's going on?" There was no time to say a word. They marched us through into the bush, firing into the sky. They hit me on my chest, hit my daughter on her head. Blood oozed. At this time, it was better to kill me. I shouted at one of the armed men. His response was hell. He went straight to my private part, tore my dress with his gun. The others ripped my dresses. I was left with my undies. My husband and my daughter started crying. 2 of them dug their teeth into my breasts. While attending a secondary school in Adamawa, I had lived with some Fulani, so I understood a few Fulani words. I started bleeding, at least for my daughter. To my shock, at gunpoint, they removed the dress of my little girl. One of them carried her on his head as my baby struggled, shouting, "Daddy, Mommy, what's going on? Help me!" I could not help myself. We marched for 9 hours. I was half naked. My daughter was totally naked. Her tears was like a stream of blood on her cheeks. Our phones had been seized. We ended up in an ungoverned region in the thick of the forest. We met a well-organized group. There were some kidnapped victims. I saw 2 women, 2 ladies and 3 men. There were some people with their legs chained to trees. They were as if half dead. We were separated. I was separated from my husband. My daughter was taken away. I only heard her screaming intermittently. I did not know what they were doing to her. These men, now about 2 dozen, had a full kitchen.
And I'm allowed to stop the late. Because I need to. How can they say they don't know who they are? Ilush, no security, no nothing. So if you want actually to read your comment, I need to join Walori YouTube Star Radio, because I will not be able to read your comment. Let me move my camera like this so you can just have a view of my face, and then I'm going to join the studio. Once again, please let us continue to educate those at home. The reason why we want to go, no. It's because we want to reclaim back our identity. Our identity is very, very important, and we cannot joke with that identity. You have to change background here. If not, we'll get you now. I'm already in the studio. So I need to change. Yeah. Here we go. And now we're good to go. Once again, thank you so much. This video, okay. Let me quickly see if I can post it on my timeline. I just already posted video here and below under video. Moke and family me see once you share around the clock. Moke we intend support to her as well. Ijebode rally is coming up. I'm sure you've seen the flyer. I'm still told that Agege rally is going ahead as planned. Video, yeah, okay, Matiri. So I'm just gonna say rape Nigeria 2018. So video your own load now. I can still be doing my cooking me, so you cannot waste time not too much. So the video is loaded. About the load on my poster. So any of video again. Thank you so much, every single one of you. Our Esther. Yes, we have to end that contraction con Nigeria. Star Radio UK. Here we go.
Ready? Well, a lot more stories going to be coming your way from there. Where we have Mr. Olayomi for getting an offline this week. And I go straight to him and say, Yomi, morning to you.
Well, it is a very good morning to you, Mr. Archie. Good morning to all our listeners and viewers from around the world. Good morning to Frank. Good morning to all our presenters. And we welcome you once again to the Wednesday edition of the Star Radio UK, 21st of September 2022. It's just 5 minutes past, and we do know it's a Wednesday edition. That means we have a lot to push quickly. But later on Niger Voices, we will be coming back at about 1800 hours. And the whole conversation is, are we still going to be part of a Commonwealth as Nigerians? Or are we going to be a Yoruba nation out of Nigeria? Are we going to have a new nation coming out? All these will be discussed, but the focus point is, what next after the death of Queen Elizabeth II to Commonwealth countries where there's about 52 of them? I'll come back again to you in the studio. Once again, a very good morning.
Good morning. All right, then. Yes, listeners, so like before you came, I'm not my studios. No, you were sitting there, is laughing at the Jagaban. They say he'll be sleeping. Don't worry, he's not going to be sleeping. But Yomi, how are you? How are you and how is the family?
Well, I love when I go out in the morning, especially that the young one have actually, returned back on a full time. And that literally means that it gives me a bit of time, to move around quickly and do so much things. And when I look at, the atmosphere of the morning where children are all dressed up, beautifully, in their school bags, whether they are the secondary school, the university, and as people are making their way to work, it gives me that, impression that why have we not been able to get to that stage, as Nigeria, for the last 62 years. And I was literally looking at, somebody like the late Obafemi Awolowo, and looking at some of the work he did while he was during the Western region. And it says that Awolowo was the first leader of the government, business, and minister of the local government and finance, and the first premier of the Western region under Nigerian parliamentary system from 1952 to 1959. He was the official leader of the opposition in the federal parliamentary to the Balewa government from 1959 to 1963. In 1963, he was imprisoned under the accusation of sedition and was not pardoned by the government until 1966. And we have a lot of our government officials, especially the Yorubas, that are putting on the same atmosphere of cap, glasses of Awolowo, but we have students. As I speak to you right now, it seems Kaduna and Abuja has now also been blocked by the student. And likewise, before we go into it, coming back to you, 15 million Nigerian children are laborers under President Muhammadu Buhari's regime. Star Radio UK. So that means that it's been a very beautiful week so far. And as we say, it is still the week of the mourning for the death of Queen Elizabeth II. May her soul rest in peace.
Well, may her soul rest in perfect peace, as we said. Yes, sir, but what lessons have been learned from the death, the reign, and everything that she did? Can Africans actually do something about that? Take a leap out of the well, it is already UK. Now, let's come back to the story that you were talking about. Now, yesterday, that was Tuesday, Buhari's daughter graduated in law, doing study law, graduated here in the UK. Okay. Now, we have students who are now blocking some roads, as you did say, in parts of Nigeria, because they are still protesting. And so I was just saying that the students who study university or taking the same courses in Nigeria, like the president's own daughter, they are still at home. 7 months. Whether they are going to go back, whether how it will impact them, we're not very sure of it. But her daughter has been here, completed, and is going to come in and applying colors. I mean, actually, I don't think that she needs to. She'll be working in some big firms. So you look at that story, and you look at the way that we're talking about how many children, 15 million children. Who are this? I mean, literally going to be selling stuff or going to the farm to be doing all sorts of things. Do you think that is even fair? Purely.
Well, I mean, it's just, amazing that our politicians, we call it what tesiwaloju, and that literally means that something that is pushed into your eyes. What are you going to do? I mean, we quite understand. I mean, I'm not sure whether, some of our, government officials, especially Prime Minister, would take their children to an African country to further their education. But it's the reverse way that education that should be, the main issue of a government have literally not happened. And right there's the picture of the wife, the president, that we believe that also will be joining Buhari at the United Nations, according to what we know. But what we can say is that Buhari will not be speaking, as we know again today, because the president of America, Joe Biden, will be speaking, and that means we are going to be waiting for when Buhari will be speaking. But that is Buhari's daughter in the middle of that picture, and that is the son as well. What do we know? Some civil society yesterday described an incentive, a post made by the wife of President Aisha Buhari on her Facebook page, celebrating her daughter-in-law's graduation from the United Kingdom University. They also urged Mrs. Buhari to apologize to millions of Nigerian students stuck at home as almost 8 months strike by the Academic Union of University linger. Mrs. Buhari had posted a picture of her son, Yusuf, and his wife, Sarah, with a caption, "Congratulations to Mrs. Sarah Buhari on your graduation with a first-class honor in architect science. Wishing you all the best."
Well, so if as someone was saying yesterday in one of the posts on our Facebook page that, well, we still have people parents who are still, going around canvassing for this old people, this government who are actually our leaders, who are actually siphoning our funds and actually marginalizing us. But what do you think? Well, you are okay. Idiatu Mariana says, "Good morning, sir. Good morning to you, Idiatu. I hope you have been very, very well. As many of you who have joined us as well." Now it's gone 12 minutes past 11, and we know we have a few stories there to be looking at. But let's quickly just go on. Now, what is happening with Wicked's group again? With Atiku. Now, we tried everything was cemented, everything was nice, peaceful, and that they were going to just hit the road. Now we hear that there's a spanner that has been thrown into their web again. What's exactly going on there?
Well, and when I look at what is trending on the Twitter, actually 10.3K tweet so far, and Wike is actually trending. I mean, like I said, it looks like Wike is just like the bone that is literally right there, in that mind of the PDP, and they're doing everything to make sure that they can resolve the issue. But that doesn't seem so. I mean, Atiku, the Medstone in Telop deploy his attack dogs against Wike. But the headline that is coming out says, Wike's group have now pulled out of Atiku's campaign. From what we know, the crisis rocking the nation's main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, dipping on Wednesday as Governor Nyesom Wike teams reportedly pull out of the campaign council of the party presidential candidate of Atiku Abubakar. What does that literally mean? It's something that we just have to continue to remember. That it was just last week Atiku was all around in the southwest your state as the pressure continued to mount. But what we can say is the Rivers State governor's team promised not to play any role in Atiku's campaign ahead of the 2023 general election. They insisted that the national chairman of the PDP, Senator Ayu, must resign for them to recline their decision. And Atiku do not want the national chairman to resign, and that is where the problem is. And we just have to wait and see what next.
Well, what next? Will the national chairman resign or not? Well, let me read a couple of stories and then I'll come back to Yomi. Now, Prince Oji says, I won't blame Buhari. I will blame the students who have turned Nigeria upside down. Well, how the students turn Nigeria upside down? Prince, let me know what you mean by that. Now, what you are saying that say that liberation is irresistible and irreversible. That is the meaning of Yoruba nation. No going back. Good morning once again. Yoruba nation is the solution. All right then. What do you think is the solution? Let's go back to Yomi for more of the story that's making it around. Over to you, Yomi.
Well, we thought it was just happening alone in Lagos when, on Tuesday, a lot of travelers were stuck, on Monday, a lot of travelers were stuck, trying to get into the Muritala Mohammed Airport in Lagos. But it seems now also that Abuja Airport at the federal capital and also the Kaduna Road today has now been blocked as we have it. The National Association of Nigerian Students has said its members will block the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Buhari is still in New York. I believe the vice president will probably be heading back because I haven't got information whether he's back in Nigeria, but we hope so. That literally means that the diplomat, those that will be traveling in and out of Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, would definitely have to face a lot of frustration because that is the capital city. What we saw in Lagos was a lot of travelers had to carry their their luggage in a wheelbarrow and try to quickly get to the airport. And I hope not some will probably have missed their flight. But what we can say is, the National Association of Nigerian Students says its members will block Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, and they will also block the Kaduna-Abuja Expressway today as part of its protest against the ongoing industrial action by the Academic Staff Union of the university. Like I said, Monday they blocked the access road to both the local and international terminal of the Muritala Mohammed Airport, Ikeja, leaving air passengers and others stranded. And that is the headline as well. Let's take you back to more other headline and I'll come back again to you in the studio. Peter Obi imports majority of foreign products Nigerian consume. Yaya Bello. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, the banter has already started. I mean, Peter Obi has a very, good business in Nigeria. He runs a supermarket, and that means that, if Nigeria is not producing anything, he will definitely have to bring those produce out from somewhere, whether African countries or outside, as we are doing more business with other countries around the world. And that reason means that Yaya Bello is saying that you cannot continue to import something. But Yaya Bello is the part of the government because he's currently the governor of Kogi State. And as you can tell, you ask the question, what is he doing to bring production into Kogi State? Remember the Ajaokuta steel that should have made Nigeria one of the most powerful when it comes to the production of steel and different materials that can be used is literally grounded as we speak right now. It also seems that there's more people paying, the government is actually paying back for the loss of that. 15 million Nigerians children are laborers under President Muhammadu Buhari regime. In Nigeria today, child labor has become scourge. Several children found themselves on the street forced to make a living. I got a picture here. We can't show those pictures. young Nigerians, selling and hawking on the street in a dangerous environment, especially, with the kidnapping that is going on. And also some of them got killed, during the road network that they're applying. And also there's on my right, on the middle, I can see President Muhammadu Buhari. This image has continued to trend because I'm not sure whether he actually ate something and he had a toothpick. And I'm not sure why they actually released the image. And that image is something that has gone around the world for a very long time. And on the right-hand side is a young boy doing what we can call building construction. And as I speak to you right now, I'm looking from the window view right there. I can hardly see any children on the street making any kind of sales or hawking, and I'm not sure whether that would ever happen in a country like this. But the question then is, President Muhammadu Buhari's regime and the International Labour Organization have now called for more collaboration, partnership to tackle 50 million children from child labor in Nigeria. Nigerian child labor has become a scourge. Several children found themselves on the street, forced to make a living. Some of them are abused. Some of them are also, killed in the process. But with others employed in the industry complex and hazardous environment, according to the Labour Minister, Chris Ngige. According to the statistics revealed that there are about 15 million workers, child workers, as at 2020, according to the ILO, with the United Nations warning that the absence of mitigating strategy could see an increase of children engaged in the child labor by the end of this year. So we hope something will be done quickly on that. I'm going to take two more because of the time this morning, and I'm going to come back again to you in the studio. It seems Father Kuka is now saying that there's no problem when it comes to 2023 election. Nigerians have no problem with religion, Kuka declared. About some few weeks ago, he was celebrating his birthday. Ordinary Nigerians have no problem with religion. It is the manipulation, systematic manipulation of our different identity that is responsible for our violence. Again, you can hear that word, our identity. How come that we are known as Nigerians when we know that we are not? But it seems everybody just trying as much as possible not to really touch on that. And if we are having identity crisis, then we might as well allow Nigeria to dissolve. Matthew Kuka, the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto, has called for discipline among political actors ahead of the 2023 general elections, declaring that Nigerians have no problem with religion. Mr. Kuka made the call at the Goodluck Jonathan Foundation 2022 Peace Conference yesterday in Abuja. Ordinary Nigerians have no problem with religion. It is the manipulation, systematic manipulation of our different identity that is responsible for the violence. And that is why when I look at the declaration of the granting of the independence to the colonial countries and people that was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly 1514, and each time I look at that document, it says all people have the right to self-determination. By the virtue of that right, they are freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. It seems there is no social and cultural development in Nigeria, and that is why we have 15 million Nigerians, and probably maybe about 3 million of that from the Yoruba land and the rest of the country as well. The question then is, can Nigeria survive 2023? And also, part of that will be discussed during the conversation later on Nigeria Voices tonight.
Well, listeners, so let me put a give you updates from Nigeria. Not London studios, I'm not here in South Studios. Let me read a couple of the comments there. Dayo Kuya says that Yoruba nation no going back, yes. And Prince Oki says, well, I expected the students to turn Nigeria upside down from being home while Buhari's daughter just graduated. Of course, I mean, what Prince is saying that they are not angry enough. He doesn't see the anger there enough. That he should have done something so that they get back on cap and take them serious and sit and address the issue. That it doesn't seem. I mean, maybe he's like, just a bit, and then they come again, and then they go back and go and sit down. Shouldn't be that way. You live in your cause, run all for it. You might lose your life for it, but you would have stood for something. Okay, but let's come to this education thing where we're talking about this 15 million kids only in Nigeria. Okay, now I'm looking at it. Has Nigeria got any laws here? If like you were looking through the window and you were saying on the street you don't see no kids at this time. Why? Because they are all meant to be at school. The ones who are not at school might have had maybe a hospital appointment or something on an exemption for a particular day, and that's why they are not there. So, is there any law in Nigeria that bars parents from not allowing their children to go to school? And again, free education, the basic education, is it free in Nigeria?
Well, when you heard that there's a basic free education, probably that was during the western region of the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo. I'm not sure we have what they call any free education anymore. Yes, there's a Child Rights 2003 is the law that guarantees the right of all children in Nigeria. So far, only 24 out of the 36 states of the Nigeria have adopted it. You wonder why the remaining states have not adopted such a very powerful child right. But according to the Child Rights Act as a state law, there are therefore 12 states in Nigeria that are yet to adopt the Child Rights Act in their law of the 36 states of the Federation. So what do we know about these child rights according to the National Human Rights Commission? Nigerian Child Rights 2003 is the law that guarantees the right of all children in Nigeria. So far, only 24 states, like I said, have actually adopted it. Children as defined by the Child Rights 2003 is any person under the age of 18. According to the National Human Rights Commission, as part of its mandate to promote, protect, and enforce the right of all citizens as well as foreign nationals in Nigeria, undertakes several procedures of promoting and protecting the right of the children under this age because they are vulnerable. But I'm not sure the word vulnerable is something that rings bell to most of the government in Nigeria.
Well, that rings a bell. Yeah. And I don't know whether you have statistics, but where are most of these children? Anthony, good morning to you. Where are most of these children?
Well, most of the children, if we look at the the demographic of Nigeria today, are in the northern part of the country. So that literally means that we have more children that are moving around the street, not being taken care of. They are so vulnerable that, the government probably have abandoned them. I mean, I remember, even when Jonathan was there, he built quite a lot of our Majari school. But as we say in the north, we also have the same, because when you look at the southeast of Nigeria, where the military continue to do bombardment, you wonder how children that are living in those communities will have to survive. Let's come back to the middle belt. We have terrorism that is affecting all over the place. Just last week, there was a young, Yoruba boy that was pleading with his father to sell everything so that they can raise 30 million naira after he was kidnapped by the terrorists in Nigeria. And that is part of the vulnerability that we do not joke here with in the Western world. But in Nigeria, it seems everything goes. And the commission takes up the right of children from photos. What appropriate responsibility for the unborn child is neglect. We admit and investigate, but I'm not sure whether they can do anything, because if the state have not even adopted that law, then who are you as a human right to work with those states?
It's sad. It's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. And you have the parents, and some of them, they say, yes, it's doing good. But look at your kids. If you want to look at your kids, look at your nieces and nephews, and then make up your mind. Well, it is now already UK. Let's go back to Yomi for any other, the rest
We're
of
just going to go straight to the social media. It's very, very hot on the social media, looking at the, the 5, tweet that is going on. Wike has actually jumped to 11.3K view tweet. And that literally means that the pressure that is still going on there is what is making that a very heavy one. Let's take a look at Aisha is also trending. Aisha Buhari is actually trending on number 6. Northern Christian is trending on number 2. ASU is actually trending on number 3. And likewise, Atiku on number 4. Let's take a look at some of what people are saying. According to Alima, Aisha Buhari posting her daughter's graduation pic is a disrespectful to Nigerians considering ASU strike for almost a year. The only reason the government are not taking ASU serious is because their children are not studying in Nigeria public school. You think they will? Let's look at Henry Shield. Thousands of students are at home because of our school are short. But the First Lady Aisha Buhari is sharing pictures of her graduating family member. This isn't about being incentive. Aisha has drunk a full dose of visible madness that has disconnected Aso Rock from the people, and you can tell how people are very, very bitter and angry. There was actually somebody that also wrote that let's think about those that are selling the transportation around all the university in Nigeria. That means businesses have completely been shut down. Let's take one more from the tweet. Aisha Buhari is bold. It takes some level of gut to celebrate your daughter's graduation in the midst of over 8-month ASU strike. I salute her for deciding to rub it in our most fragile moment. Cry all you want. The British contraction will continue to favor them over you. So you can see, the banter that is going there, especially as more people continue to be angry. Like I said, the ASU strike is trending. And the last one I picked up, according to Wale Adeniyi at Okpedo, I am currently at Obafemi Awolowo University. The economy of that bubbling university has been destroyed. I wonder how the traders, the shuttle drivers, and other people who make a living on the campus are expected to survive. This is not just about lecturers and students. Everybody they suffer. Hashtag ASU.
It is true. It is true because we've not talked about the economy in around the universities, because let's talk about even those who have houses that they rent houses out to students, and talk about the shops now. So in a nutshell, in totality,
so the whole system is grounded.
Yeah, the nation is losing big sums of money, but
you're right.
They're not thinking about it that way at all. I think I agree with Prince. He said the students are not angry enough. They are not angry enough. But what will we do? Well, you want to know, you want to speak more, you want to hear more, you have to be on Niger Voices this evening. And once again, Yomi, tell the listeners what we'll be looking at this evening.
We'll be looking at what next after the death of Queen Elizabeth II, with the Commonwealth as Nigerians and as those that also looking for self-determination. Nigerians that wants to keep the Commonwealth as against those that are now asking for the self-determination. So these are part of the discussion, and as we continue to monitor the United Nations General Assembly, even though Buhari will not be speaking, I thought he would have spoken before we join the Niger Voices, but that has been shifted. But we will monitor that up to when we know the next time he's going to be speaking. But Niger Voices is about 1800 hours, which is exactly 6 p.m. local time in UK and 6 p.m. local time back in Nigeria. Make sure you tune in, and it's all going to happen on your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. But for now, I'll leave you in the hands of Mr. Archie to continue the program, but I'll be back later on in the evening.
Thank you very much, Yomi. Have a wonderful day, and then we'll catch up later.
Bye for now.
Well, listen, that was Mr. Olaibi before he could give you updates from Nigeria. Well,
all right, like I said, I'm not going to have the strength to go a little bit further. Adekunle Muriembe, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, every single one of us. Let's continue to tell the world that we are a very peaceful people. Whether they like it or not, we have to go. Lord, battle and boy conflicts. So I cannot share. Then I can do some other things as well. It's a busy day as usual because I have to be in the studio later on. Thank you so much, Shina Yusuf. Instagram. There's a lot of awareness, and more people want to do awareness. I do not organize this awareness that is going on, but I am also using our media to help them to push the message out, which is what the media does anyway. Continue to support the Yoruba World Media as well. Continue to support all the media on the ground. I just spotted my mom, Thank you so much for joining us as well. You've just actually listened to my update on the Star Radio UK. I'm going to have to wind down now, and I say, and everyone that continue to, support us, media needs that support, especially as a freelance media. It is important that, whatever you give will help us to continue, the great work that we are doing. Let's continue to support the Ominira security account, which is very, very important because we need that for ourselves. And also, like they say, that account will be shut down just as soon as, the right time is appropriate. Let's continue to support the central account. If you want to make a donation, go to www.ysdm.org. Right there and there, you can make a donation. None of these accounts have a sort code and account number, as a lot of you want them to do, but I'm sure we will have a better system when we eventually take control of our resources. And those of you that are concerned and saying that, how are you going to declare? How are you going to run a government when we still have a government in place? The country will have to shut down, And this is where maybe a bit of diplomacy will come in later on, because the government or the governors that are running the show right now will no longer have to be the one to control the resources and control the people. So there will be a lot that will happen. Nigeria is going through a lot, and Nigeria is literally at the verge of breakup. It will break up. It doesn't matter what prayer that they are praying in your church, in your mosque, in your traditional places, that Nigeria should not break. It is time for allow Nigeria to dissolve, de-amalgamate Nigeria, allow the people, ṣé gbogbo nonsense tẹ́fẹ́ máa follow náà nìyẹn, Wike ògbà, Àtíkù lọ, yọ wọ́n kúrò, all this old garbage. I saw Fayose as well, and tó jẹ́ ó jalè gbogbo láti jalè pátápátá, Fayose ò lè gbé ní ṣé Èkìtì, kò lè gbé gbogbo wọn lè gbé níbẹ̀ mọ́. They are now living in Lagos. I mean, àwọn tí wàá máa ṣe tán, wọ́n máa padà lọ sí constituency wọn, ibẹ̀ ló máa gbé. But gbogbo àwọn politicians yìí nísìn, they all live in Lagos. Big island, Banana Island, Kuku Island, Kinikon Island. Wọ́n lè gbé ní constituency wọn níbi tó ti ṣe. How can you be a governor in a state for 8 years and you cannot live there? Kò make sense, abi? Because ọmọ pé kò safe. Wọ́n gbọ́n. When tó ń pe àgbà kọ̀ọ̀kan mọ́, I'm tired now. I can't take any more call. I haven't got that strength again. I need to save my strength for the rest. So all these politicians, gbogbo tó kàn ṣe ni pé wọ́n kàn fi wà relevant. Mo kí bàbá wa Victor Ajílẹ̀yẹ, mo kí gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ wà lórí Mixlr láàárọ̀ yìí. Wọ́n kàn fi wà relevant ni. So what we are pushing now is, let's continue that push towards the rally. We want people to come out. We want everybody to come out, and this issue and this stone that the government will just come out and kill everybody. It doesn't happen in 21st century. Even Adolf Hitler to Don Wogan said it was stopped at some point. So let's get that at the back of our mind. There might be some countries that doesn't want Nigeria to break. There's no doubt in my mind. Murimbe Babawa Ibukun, Ogun Feyinti. But one thing we got to remember is there are so many countries that are just tired of Nigeria and they just want it to break. Because often is so much problem, Nita. Self-determination. And it's our right. And we have every right to that without question and answer. If you're waiting for probably some of your influencers to talk about this and all that, they're not going to talk about it. And those that are suffering, you see them at the paper, Totinka paper. Nigeria kò lè pín nísìnyí o, ta ló máa pín? Ṣé Ọbásanjọ́ ló máa pín? How can you be talking like that? Pé ṣé Ọbásanjọ́ ló máa pín Nigeria? Bàbá tó ti dàgbà yẹn, agbára mélòó ló wà lára bàbá yẹn nísìnyí? Àwa la ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, Ọbásanjọ́ kọ́ ló ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. It's just one out of so many people out there. Ṣáwọn ọba máa dá sí? Well, I hope that by the time tí Ọ̀jájá máa fi jáde kúrò nínú seclusion, they will say something that we don't know. Ìjà yìí is spiritual realm. They know. They've seen it. Àwọn tó ní ojú inú, èmi ò rí o, but àwọn tó ní ojú inú, wọ́n ti rí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí tàgbé kalẹ̀ yìí. So, and that's something that we need to understand. Yeah, I'm like it sounded anyway. So that's all I can say. Don't let us be scared. Mo ń gbọ́ pọ́n àwọn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọn ní jẹ́ ká wọṣọ Yorùbá nation blah blah blah. Gbogbo yẹn máa stop very soon. The rally is not a 1 day, it's not 2 days, it's not 3 days. We should all prepare our mind for a long ride. And we will be busy as well from the media perspective. Just as a lot of you should also do more for yourselves and your loved ones. If you can help your loved ones stock up some food in the house, there will still be activities that will be going on, but it will just be a little bit minimal. Because if you don't protest or rally, there will be a bit of disruption. So you have to prepare your mind. If you're traveling to Nigeria, prepare your mind because you might probably get caught up in there. And tidy up a little bit if you can, at least for your own, and come back home. Hey, so there's nothing for us to be concerned and worried. Internal panel of day. So, Soviet Union pín òun la fi ń pàtàn nísìn. East Timor pín òun la fi ń pàtàn. Sudan pín, and there's nothing for us to be concerned and worried. Gbogbo worry yẹn jẹ́ ká má worry nípa ẹ̀. our concern should be we are going and we are going. Nothing more than that. No retreat, no surrender. Thank you so much once again. I got to go now so that I can have my breakfast. And then, I need to quickly see my mom because I need to be in the studio later on as well. It's a very busy day for me as usual. I need to post and throw a flag. I think I have about 3 people. I need to post office can post into my law. We haven't got any production in Nigeria anymore in terms of the flag. So if anybody's calling for flags, you're not going to get any flag because we haven't got any more. I'm preparing that, for the big rally that is coming up, and I cannot afford, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get another one done, especially our medium here. So Motiniko told you some few of that I want them to wave as at that time. Mudupelo Babawakon, for the support. A lot of you are supporting. Even though some of you don't want us to mention your name, you're not doing it for me. We're doing this for ourselves. So nobody is helping anybody. We're helping ourselves. I'm going to play our anthem and I'm going to go now. And I say, have a very good afternoon, good morning, from wherever you're watching. My name is Olami Koiki. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and that will be about it. If you think your politicians love you and you are wasting your time, the politicians are just as evil as anything else. Forílẹ̀ ìbí wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàlẹ́rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ ọ̀wà ni bá ti bẹ̀rù. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́. Ìṣọ̀kan ní kẹjẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó ọmọ Odùduwà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Gbogbo àgbáyé ọmọ pàwà ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ tó fi tàn. Ọ̀fẹ́ yẹ kó tàn. Wọ́n fi paná ẹ̀. Ọ̀rẹ́ àwọn kòtà wọn bá ti paná ẹ̀ inú wọn tí wọ́n máa dùn. We can feed the world. Some of you don't understand the magnitude of a Yoruba nation. Anyway, thank you so much, every single one of you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye. Shigone, Obasa Sabo rally. Like I said, Agege Mega rally is going ahead, as I'm told. Ondo is coming up, and Ijebu, Ayomo Ijebu. We just use our media to do what we can do, and we will also see what we can do. I've already sent some flags to them. If I have to probably increase a little bit, I will say. But for now, I've given them what we can give them, and we look forward to, I think it's on the 29th on the date here. California, Umbo no as well. Let us continue to support all those on the ground. You don't have to come through me to support anybody. You can support them directly with whatever you have. Bye for now. Again, sorry, play Igbo Katomalo. Oisha. O Babadami. Undano. Bumato Josi Bayo. Sean the Nation.
Orúkọ mi ni Ọláyọmí Koiki.
Statement I released the day. Mo tọ́jú ẹ̀sìn báyọ̀ tó sì gbowó.
Olórí ẹ̀yìn tẹ̀ sí mídíà wa tó fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ dàrú. Ọlọ́ba tó láyé tọ́lọ́run tó ní àṣẹ lọ́dọ̀ yóò bá mi lé wọn sẹ́yìn láàrin yín. Ọlọ́ba àti ilé wọn bá dà wọ́n ní ráyè àti àìrú. Àgbáríkà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àpẹẹrẹ lọ. Mo á fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ẹ jẹ́ ká ní ìfẹ́. Ìfẹ́ ni wọ́n pè ní Oòduà. Ìfẹ́ bàbá wa gan wá but iye tí ń bẹ ní àgbáyé ní gbogbo àwọn tó lọ́n tó tó ti sọ lọ́run lónìí àgbà Jésù àtàlẹ́ ìlú wa gbogbo wa ò lè kórí ìlú èbó tẹ wà ní gbogbo àti bẹ́ẹ̀ náà kọ́ lólówó ẹtùn tó ta nídìí ni pé ká lè fi ara wa ká lè gbà fúnra wa kí wọ́n gbà fẹ́ mi kí mi gbà fẹ́ mi kí wọ́n gbà fẹ́ mi pé mi ní àbúrò rẹ kí mi náà gbà fún wọn kúrò ilẹ̀ náà mi bí ìyá ẹ ṣe ń lọ nìyẹn kí mi gbà kó lówó ni wọ́n kọ́ ni kí n gbà pé tálákà lọ́lọ́run dé mi kí n gbà fún ọ kó lọ́n ṣe ní ilé ayé nìyẹn kò ní ìdíkà wọn bínú ara wa ẹ tó bá ti wà ń pò mo fi kíní mo fi sọ gbogbo ẹmọ Yorùbá ẹ ti ká gbà fúnra wa then ẹ mọ̀ mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká dúró pé èmi fẹ́ jọ̀gá mo bá ẹ̀ ẹ́ ìdílé tá a bá tálákà ní bàbá wọ́n ti ń sọ Yorùbá ní sẹ̀yẹ káwa tó débẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n àwa tá a dé last year ọlọ́run gbé orí ibẹ̀ fáwa àwa nítorí bọ́lọ̀ gbé orí ibẹ̀ fáwa káwọn náà bá lábàá yẹn ń sí bàbá mọ́ àbúrò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ọlọ́run ìpàwá rẹ ọlọ́run tó ní kí òun fẹ́ fi àwa ọ̀sẹ̀ fẹ́ fi àwa gbé níyìn níyìn ni àgbọ̀dọ̀ gbé àwọn tí a bá lábàá yẹn ń sí bàbá mọ́ tá a bá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀run ìpàwá rẹ tí àbá fẹ́ gbọ́dọ̀ wọn pàwá rẹ agbọ́dọ̀ wọn gbà fún àwọn tá a bá ń bẹ̀ yẹn àwọn tá a bá lábàá yẹn àgbà fún ọ nítorí pé mo gbà fún ọ èmi dé lójijì ni èyí lẹ́sẹ̀ pé mo dé dédé ìgbà tí wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn mi ọmọ òkè ògùn lèmi ọmọ ọ̀gbọ́n ní mo bula ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ state dẹ́dẹ́dẹ́ Fúlàní ó lè mọ pàánà mi kí n mọ wòran ni mo fi jáde ọlọ́dẹ rí ni mi ó nínú mi ọ̀rọ̀ kan ní tí mo fi jáde Fúlàní ó lè mọ pàánà mi kí n mọ wòran ni mo fi jáde ọlọ́run tó ní mí dẹ̀ change ẹ̀ sí pé ibi tó ọba dé yẹn orílẹ̀-èdè yìí gẹ́gẹ́ béèrè fún òun ni èmi ọlọ́run fẹ́ gbà pé èyí ọmọ jagun náà èmi ọ̀dọ̀ mọ tìlẹ̀ ẹ̀dọ̀ mọ ṣẹ́gun aṣẹ́gun làwa ọlọ́run ló lógun lọ́dọ̀ ológun lólúwa ṣùgbọ́n aṣẹ́gun làwa ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti understand so mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká síra wa lọ́kàn gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́ wà nínú mídíà ẹ̀ síra yín lọ́kàn ẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ ara yín ẹ̀ gbà fúnra yín ẹ̀ nídìí ẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀ tó ń ṣe ọ́ ní òjáde tó ò lè gbóni jáde tó ń ṣe ẹ̀ mọ́ dáwọn èèyàn lóhùn ẹ̀ mọ́ dáwọn lóhùn ẹ̀ mọ́ dáwọn èèyàn lóhùn ẹ̀ fún wọn lẹ̀ àwọn kan mọ̀ sí ọ́ ní òkọ̀rọ̀ wọn náà wá ní.
This powerful $99 drone is now available in the U.S. This is an extremely high-tech $5,000 drone. It was developed so that Navy SEALs could do stealth missions, detect enemy.
Tó bá ti tọ́ màá broadcast ẹ̀ máa gbádùn ìgbòho tó ń sọ.
So gbogbo àwọn tá à ń dáko ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ti rí ilé ayé wọ́n ti rógun ayé lóríṣiríṣi. Ìgbà tó gbé Jésù tán, Ọlọ́run sọ fún Jésù pé gbé Jésù sábọ̀ ọba ọ̀pá Jésù wá gbé Jésù sábọ̀ fọ́ba ni Ọlọ́run lè pọ̀ bá ọ̀dá Jésù sí i. Ọ̀dẹ̀ ní ká gbé Jésù sábọ̀ fọ́ba. Kíkẹ́ mi Jésù lè gùn kó ba lè jíṣẹ́ tó lọ́ra. Ọlọ́run ní wo ànábì sápò ní Mẹ́kà àwọn ará Mẹ́kà ọ̀pá ọmọ sálọ Mẹ̀dínà. Sọlọ́wọ́ lè pa ará Mẹ́kà ni. Òun ní kànábì ò sálọ fún wọn kó lè jíṣẹ́ tí mo rán. Àwọn tó wálé mi gbọ́ yẹn ogun làwọn bá wá láti pẹ̀lú mi ṣùgbọ́n náà sọ fún wọn pé Ìgbòho èmi á gbé wẹ̀ jáde láàrin wọn tó bá lè gbé jáde sá fún wọn kí ọba àlè ìdèmí tó ń lọ. Kìí ṣe pé agbára ni Ọlọ́run gbé mi jáde kó láàrin wọn kó dàbẹ́ yẹn bá ní mo bẹ́ látòrí ọ̀sẹ̀ àjọ yẹn àárín ọlọ́pàá mẹ́wàá sílé tiẹ̀ náà kó ní ọbẹ̀ látòrí ọ̀sẹ̀ àpò escape láàrin ẹni ká ọlọ́pàá mẹ́wàá ní ọjọ́ lálọ́pàá márùn-ún sílé kọ́ lọ wọn lọ nínú ìgbàgbọ́ kó má bẹ́ látòrí ọ̀sẹ̀ àpọ̀lẹ̀ sá lọ. Ó ti dá kọ́tẹ́ wo so ẹ tó bá mọ Ọlọ́run lọ́mọ̀ gbọ́ Ọlọ́run tó jáde kó nulẹ̀ àwọn tó wálé mi wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn rí mi àwọn tẹ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ àǹdí ilé wọn fún àwọn ẹ̀sìn wá jáde báwo ló àwọn inú mi lè wá àwọn tí wọ́n mú nulẹ̀ yẹn wà ń bí àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n mú nulẹ̀ wọn ni ẹ̀ka ló wọlé tó sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mọ bí mo ti lọ́nu lé gbọ́ yẹn èmi nìkan ni mo lè ẹ̀sìké pàṣẹ pẹ̀lú afẹ́fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀
òṣìṣà ló sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó kù díẹ̀ ó máa tán nísìn.
Èmi nígbàgbọ́ nu ọkàn tèmi ẹ̀yẹ tá a jọ ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nu wa nígbàgbọ́ pé àwọn táwa ojú ọ̀nà làwa wà. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ tètè jọyìn wa bàbá wa kan àǹfààní bí ẹ̀gbọ́n bàbá wa ní mùsùlùmí bàbá yẹn tó bá wá pè wọn yóò ní ẹ wá ṣètò Ọlọ́run ẹ wá pọ̀ bọ́ọ̀là ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ wá ṣètò Ọlọ́run ẹ wá pọ̀ àrílé wọn Yorùbá ni wà Yorùbá sọ pé ta bá jàbí ká kúkọ́ àwọn Fúlàní náà máa ń pààyàn nípakúpa àwọn ìpara wa bí Yorùbá àti Yorùbá bá jà tó bá kọ́kọ́ rí ọ̀dẹ̀kẹ́ sì kí ó lọ kí ilé yóò lè ta bá jàbí ká kúkọ́ bọ́ọ̀rọ̀ sí gáwà nìyẹn.
So so I'm sure you heard it all. Thank you so much all the way in Canada, Iyawa. Bye for now.